Is it 17 or 16 this one?
This is episode 17.
Okay.
Right? Is it?
Mics are on.
Mics are on?
I hear it.
All right, Carl.
It's me. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Faction After Hours podcast. Once again, we are here to bring you another guest. Today we have Sebastian Rodriguez. Everybody give Sebastian a nice
Everybody.
round of
All four of us.
Chill. There's a live studio audience here. You guys can't see it behind the cameras.
Sebastian you've been a friend of mine for a while. I've been following your stuff. You're obviously out there doing a bunch of things that hopefully we get to talk about today, and maybe we'll learn about like what you do because you do a lot.
I got a lot of NDA signs, so we can't talk about it.
Oh, okay. Not everything. But
Dude,
like your personal goals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not to get off track already. This headphone setup is wild.
Frankie bought
great.
these headphones,
Dude, this shit is crazy.
10 minutes before I get here, I get a tag on Instagram and it says, @Carl, we got an upgrade or something like that. And I'm like, why did you need to tell me this?
I tagged you on Instagram too.
But yeah, so it's nice to see you. You've been all over the place. You're from New Jersey or where? Are you from New Jersey?
Yeah.
And then now you're doing stuff all over the country, dude. It seems like from your Instagram and whatever you're doing is always like car and photo related, which is kind of sick. Because like I feel like I've known you for a while where you had the Civic. That's when I first met you.
Wow.
The yellow Civic.
Yeah, what year was that?
For those of you who don't know, Sebastian had this yellow EK. I don't know.
It had to have been like 8 to 9 years ago.
It was a few years ago.
Yeah,
but
I was wondering when I met you, because he was talking about the Civic, and I was like, I don't think I met you when you had that Civic. Or maybe I did, but I didn't see the car.
Yeah, I think I knew you during that era, because that's when I first started going to Club Loose.
Okay. So I just never saw the car.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes a 50 Cowboy. I'm going to drop that. Yeah, I wonder when it was. Maybe like 2012. I want to say maybe, 2014 probably is when I met you.
Yeah, I want to say 2014.
that thing was on like, was it Kose's or Buddy Clubs? I don't know. Regardless of them, they were like that 6-spoke. And there were 16s. 16s on Honda. Everybody always buys 15s, but 16s fill out the well. And it just looked great.
Yeah, I don't know much about Hondas, but I've seen photos in it. It's definitely proper.
It was like very early too. Like when I feel like that was when Instagram car culture was like its first flourishing, right? Like everyone was
very
posting
early IG
photos
car
and shit.
world.
Yeah.
But were you doing photography back then as well?
No.
Not yet.
Back then, I watched cars at a Ford dealership.
All right.
Damn.
So
okay.
you started in the auto industry, kind of?
No, I mean, I wouldn't consider that in the auto industry.
No, it is. It is. That's the auto industry.
I thought that you always had a thing for photos, so that's actually
I mean,
cool
I did.
to know.
I did have a thing for it, but I wasn't doing that remotely as work. It was purely hobby.
Okay.
At that point.
And then like, obviously time passes and stuff, and then I feel like
Well, when was that you worked there? Like what year or about? I'm a year guy, man. I like.
you do like your.
I do,
timelines.
right?
I'm
I'm
just
really-
like
I'm
Everything
wanna
is
know.
mashed potatoes in my brain.
Okay.
So I don't have like the file cabinets just have no
Yeah,
no
that's
dates on them or anything.
that's me.
folders
I
or-
like. I put everything in year. Like I know where everything is in my
Yeah,
brain.
ready? Watch this. Frankie, what year did Crank That Soldier Boy come out?
That was 09.
Ooh,
Damn,
beat
No,
you
Wait,
to
was
it.
someone
it
fact
wasn't.
check me?
It wasn't 09.
It wasn't.
No.
I don't think so.
It had to be somewhere between 07
It was close.
and 09.
I think it's 2008.
2008.
Wait, don't do it yet. Don't look it up. Don't look it up.
Okay, well,
No, I got this. I was 100% in high school.
So was I.
It's 07 or 08. What are you going with?
I know it's between 07 and 09.
I'm going 07. Wait. Yeah, 07. I'm going 07.
All right.
I have a feeling
I'll
it's
do the
2008.
tail end.
2007.
Ooh,
I'm fucking weird,
Frankie.
man. I don't know,
What
dude. I'm
the
telling you, I'm
fuck?
weird.
I'm actually genuinely impressed.
He could do another one. No.
Holy
We'll
Just
save-
continue.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you did this as a hobby, but I always wondered like where was there a point in your career where you were like taking these photos and stuff, and because you've done a lot of things like in your photography career. Like I see you did commercials, like you've done ads like that before, and now whenever I watch a commercial, I don't think I don't think about it as I'm like, yo, I wonder if one of my
Yeah,
friends
right. I do
recorded
the
that.
same thing with
Like,
like Mike
That's the
Koziel and you. I'm
craziest
like,
thing.
I wonder if they're involved in this.
Like craziest thing. So like, was there a turning point for you? Would you say?
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely a turning point. There was definitely a point where it went from a hobby to what I did for work. I don't know, a lot of things just kind of fell in place at the same time, and meeting the right people, and it was like a combination of meeting the right people, and I guess like my skill set being at a level suitable for them to need me. That combination kind of like just got me working.
Yeah, I feel
And-
like you and Mike Koziel were friends pretty early on, right?
Yeah, like right before, I guess, like the whole career just kind of became a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, sorry to cut you off there, but like anytime, I mean, I got to say this, anytime me and Seb and Mike are together, we think of like 3 video ideas just like that by accident, like in the matter of like 20 minutes. So I can't imagine what you guys, like all your minds together, like you and your friends, you guys probably think of the craziest shit to do. Like,
I don't fucking.
We have like too many things in the works. We have like Google Drive folders of just stuff that we want to do.
Yeah.
That is just it's a lot. We always come up with stuff.
That's cool, though.
That's like an ode to your work ethic too, though, because like nothing, like I feel like, you know, when you boil down to it, like nobody's really making you do that except for yourself.
Yeah.
Like that. So that hats off to you. That's why like anytime I can give you my like, you know, like applause or something, I will, just because I'm like,
yeah.
like I
appreciate
don't
that.
have that same. I wish I was like that, but
Dude,
man,
it's important to surround yourself with people like Sebastian. I try to tell everyone that, like not specifically you, but like people who have a lot of motivation and have a great work ethic and actually get shit done. Those are the people you got to surround yourself with.
That
And
was
then-
the biggest game changer in my life. I think and now critically and like thinking about like the turning point was when I changed the people around me. And like when
Yeah.
my everyday people I interacted with were Mike and Anthony Halcyon,
Dude, I forgot.
Crispy.
Yeah. Anthony too.
And like that was my circle. Once that became my circle, it was like I don't know how I was living completely changed because I was just solely communicating with people that were thinking of things and then executing on them every
And
single day.
not to mention you're all somewhat in the same industry.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and just
you can all feed off each other, work and like different things like that.
and that common interest of cars too, right? Like,
Exactly.
you
Just-
have a focal point that everybody, like that's something that you can't take away from anybody. Like if they're into cars or whatever,
Yeah.
like that's something that you could call your own. And like I guess I have like some notes here. When I say notes, like look at this.
Hey, it's more than he usually has, so it's pretty good.
But that was like thought process. I was like, what's like
Yeah.
making you do this? But
Dude, I don't know. From my perspective, like that whole group that he just named, that's like I'm very happy that I even know them, like at all, because that group
Same.
is
it changed my life.
yeah, like very productive, very motivated. Like they get shit done, and they're interested in helping people and working with people. Like you guys have always helped Faction out. Like I will always remember that. You, Anthony, and Mike always that means a lot to me. So having a group of friends like that close by is like life changing for me.
I've
so.
actually never met Anthony.
Anthony's
Really?
Halcyon.
awesome.
No, but
Wow.
every time I feel like he's hanging out with like Chris or whatever, I'm somewhere else. But one day I would like to meet.
Well, he's
him.
dropped some parts by the shop to have us like press bearings in and out of his.
And then he's building a neon. I think
it's a neon, but
it's an SRT 4.
It's not.
it's not an SRT4, but
It's got an SRT swap.
yeah.
Or
That's
yeah.
cool.
So is it
Like-
a Sebring or it's a neon?
It's a neon. It's got
Yeah,
it's got
it's
the
a neon.
Sebring grill.
Okay, yeah.
I was about to say a Sebring. That was like Michael Scott's car in The Office. That's not that.
Actually, he Anthony used to daily a Sebring convertible.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fond memories in the Sebring
I have a lot of
convertible.
questions. Maybe in the future, maybe we can have him on here.
Oh, we
but
should.
but Mike,
we-
I actually
we
met.
should.
And do you guys know where Cars is in Ramsey?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
if
of
those New
course.
Jersey guys, Cars is a late night sandwich spot. It used to be just a sandwich spot.
Disgusting.
But
Disgustingly good. Though.
It is disgustingly good.
I was outside. I think I had an Integra at the time, and Mike was out there with a Miata.
Wow.
Oh,
his
yeah, the
Miata.
Miata.
Those were the cars days. Like when
Bro.
me and Mike would go there and like get
I
food.
never
God, that
like
shit was
Yeah,
bad.
on
I wasn't into
Gracelands.
cars like that back then, so like this thing looked sick. It was so
Yeah.
clean, and then that's it. From time to time, I'd see him, and
I think I worked on that car. Like I think I'm one of the reasons why that car was so low. But I was like, "You sure you want it?" He's like, "I want it as low as it can go." I was like, "But you can't drive." He's like, "Oh, I'll drive it." I'm like, "Okay." And I don't know how it got out of the driveway from my old house. I have no idea. But he would just drive that thing around, scraping everywhere.
and then so now that we're talking about cars, because you know what Sebastian drives.
Yeah, your favorite car at this moment.
You have what? Tell the listeners what you drive currently. That you drove here,
Let 'em
actually.
know.
A 2002 Lexus IS300.
Fantastic. Everyone so far, I feel like we've had on here, this whole shop is kind of geared to S chassis people. So like, this
Yeah.
is.
As you hear the train in the background. That train's familiar from all of our YouTube videos.
But you have an IS, and I rarely get to talk to anybody who has another IS.
So this
Because-
is just going to be an IS chat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
If
let's
you
get
have
started.
an
Heart
S
to
chassis
heart.
right now, you'd probably want to turn off the podcast.
It's turned
but
into ISFAQ.
we won't go too far into it. I do just have like some questions because you didn't just have one, right? Like
That's
I
my
think
second one.
you had when was it silver? Because like that was when I first was like,
I had a silver one. I know Frankie's a year guy, so I'm trying to think. In
2016.
15, 16? Yeah, he knows better than I do.
Something like
it had
that.
a Vertex kit on it, I think.
Yeah, that was Vertex Type 2.
I love that
That
silver,
one.
man. Was that was your old car or no?
Yeah, that was my old car.
Oh, it was. Okay.
Yeah.
And then then you wrapped it. Did you wrap it or something?
It was wrapped black for a little
Black.
while. And then I got hit and ran on the highway.
Oh,
that car.
right.
It must have been pretty bad.
It was the trunk was in the back seat.
Do you have a photo of it?
Dang.
Because you sent me a photo, right?
And not to be weird, but I was like,
He
oh,
stalked
dude,
you.
I kind of want to see like so I can have stuff to point out.
I'll try to build it up.
Yeah. try to
While
pull it up.
Malcolm's trying to
And send it to me too when you do it, Malcolm.
trying to pull that up, but yeah, I totally forgot that you got rear-ended in that.
Yeah.
That was really bad. And at that time, I was asking you about swap stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember because I think you had like a W series trans or something like that lying around.
Mm-hmm.
But so you reshelled that.
Yeah, so like maybe 6 weeks after that.
You found a
Right.
shell. Was it another manual shell?
There's another manual shell. Yeah, I just didn't want to go through the trouble. There it is.
That is bad, dude.
Oh.
What kind of? Can we hear about this accident?
Honestly,
Did you just get like rammed from behind?
yeah, literally. I was just exiting Route 3 like into like a little shopping plaza,
Okay.
and a car, like there was no skid marks of him hitting the brakes or anything.
Yeah, it looks that
was
way.
like a Nissan Rogue that just
It's
Went
always
rogue.
a
Went rogue.
Nissan
It went rogue.
No.
Oh my god.
It's always an Altima, first of all.
yeah.
No.
And he just smashed into me, and then like beelined it into the median. The guy like jumps out of his car, like looks at my car, looks at his car, and just jumps in his car and dips.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. You said it was a hit and run.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. But he actually got out of the car.
Yeah. And I'm like in a daze in the driver's seat, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
This guy stops, looks at you, and leaves.
Yeah.
He
That's
probably
wild.
made sure that you were alive and was like, you know
no,
what?
he didn't make sure of shit.
No,
Come
he
on,
definitely
He
did. Yeah, I think he thought it was worse than.
So he was like, "Oh, he's alive." So
I mean,
should
that's
leave.
kind of bad. That's like you
Damn,
went
that
right
sucks.
into your rump, like directly.
Bro.
He didn't even
Direct
like
shot.
try to turn.
No. Like, it was like I wasn't even there, type thing. Like,
Bro.
you didn't hear brakes
That's
squeal.
what it
You
looks
didn't
like.
hear like the.
You're just like, move.
Yeah, he was just like.
On a positive note,
gonna
though,
slam it.
those SSRs are okay,
Yeah.
and you're
Yeah,
okay.
they're fine. Yeah.
So-
Nervous.
That
Yeah.
that back glass too.
Those are mine box, not Minerva's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like from the SSR Gartmeyer line.
Shit.
I don't know why, but I feel like I just saw those on Facebook Marketplace recently.
Those exact ones floated
I
around
was gonna say,
so
probably
much
the
in
same
northern
wheels.
New York, northern New Jersey / like New York State area, like Hudson Valley.
I will look out for them. Maybe they'll be on my IS. But
All right.
okay,
So
so
that
you
thing got wrecked.
yeah, it got fucked. So Then
Pretty
you
much
reshelled
everything.
it.
Yeah, pretty much everything was usable.
Wait,
So
like you
Everything
went
front
full
forward.
swap. Yeah, suspension wise and all that stuff.
mm-hmm.
What what are you running currently now?
I was gonna say before we go anywhere, people probably don't even know he drifts. He drifts. For the record.
I feel like that was just a given, like
Because I was gonna say, when did you start drifting?
Oh yeah,
I started drifting after this chassis.
Okay, so after this.
Well, actually, I took that chassis once to Club Loose with no knowledge of drifting whatsoever.
Was it
Okay.
like open diff and stuff?
It had LSD,
Ooh.
but it was not. It was set up like a stance car. It wasn't set up like a drift car at all.
Yeah, because you kind of came from the stance
Yeah.
world. Yeah.
That Honda was just sitting real good, dude. That's just what I remember. Like it was
Well,
I mean,
that's
the Honda was very functional.
always proper.
well. If you're in the car scene in 2014, 15, and you take photographs, you're probably going to stance meets and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so it makes
yeah.
sense.
there was a lot of stand shows going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
that was a
Fitman was.
trend.
Fitman was like the top.
Yeah, that was like
tier
the
thing to
peak.
have.
Yeah. It was the key word then.
Yeah.
So like, kind of like worried about that more than the functionality of the car.
What are your specs, bro?
So that car was a testament to that, and it really sucked that one time I took it to the track. So
Also-
when I got everything on the next chassis, I was like, let's start thinking a little differently
That
here.
LSD.
I would have
is,
took it like that to the
that
track.
LSD is lower geared than a normal open diff actually. So that I wonder how that was. It probably was not that.
It wasn't good, and then the OEM LSD, it gets like when it gets warm, it acts open. So
Ooh.
Yeah, they start like slipping.
yeah,
whatnot.
it wasn't remotely consistent. It's just I wouldn't recommend it.
So-
I think if you do LSD and IS, it has to be a two-way.
Did you upgrade? Or did you? I wouldn't call it upgrade. Some people don't
I
call
technically
it.
downgraded and got
And got it
have
welded.
it welded. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
It makes it
auto-welded.
more predictable, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah,
You,
yeah,
you
for
always
sure.
know it's there.
Definitely more predictable.
Yeah.
I actually remember when we were out. I thought I blew mine, but it actually the axle shaft like popped out. Then it was like one wheel.
Does that happen?
I've never.
It was just because my diff bushings
Well, this is
were
Carl.
bad.
Oh.
we're talking about. So,
you have a
like-
BRZ diff, right?
No, I have
you
a,
have a
I have an
welded?
auto that's welded.
Oh, me
So
too.
it's a
Same.
3.9
Yeah.
versus a 3.7.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it's my diff bushings were so worn that the diff was probably just going and popped out.
Just twerking.
Yep.
All right.
But so like for what do you got front suspension wise?
Front suspension. Well, coils wise, it's on custom BCs, 20K front, 16K rears. Then angle wise, it has these bolt-on knuckles, easy knuckle. It's like their version 2.5. They're on version 4 right now, which apparently turns the IS into like an S chassis.
Everybody says that.
That's
But
everyone that I know that's running it. Agrees.
everyone
So,
says that.
This
And-
is just like that little knuckle thing that like
That plate.
bolts onto it.
yeah, the one that
yeah.
I have.
Yeah,
But-
most Toyotas are the same with that setup.
I think Miyagi is running something similar.
Yeah.
His is from Excessive.
It like corrects.
Yeah.
It does it correct the roll center too? At the same
Yes.
time?
Yeah.
It fixes the tie rod pickup point, moves it up closer to the like level with the ball joint.
I wonder how it feels like an S chassis. That
I wonder why.
Not the one I
too.
have, but
yeah.
their newest one allegedly.
I wonder what makes it do that though.
I don't know, but it is a totally different design.
You got to get it, Carl.
I'm gonna look into that.
Okay.
Imagine.
That's the
This
only
will
thing.
show you.
That's the only thing you don't like about your car, right?
The only thing that I can't get that like international. Have you drifted anything else aside from the IS?
Yeah.
What else did you drift?
I've drifted an S chassis before.
Okay, so now that you get that like weird like whipping, you can like really, it encourages you to like drive it aggressively.
Yeah.
In the IS, I tried to do that. I don't know if it's the same for you, but you can just it drifts really well smoothly. Like it just
It's a cheater car. It
I
drives
don't know-
itself.
yeah, it
And
drives
if you try to overdrive it, then it's just not gonna cooperate.
it doesn't want to.
Yeah.
So that's why
you're talking about ISs.
ISs.
Yeah, ISs, yeah.
I don't know if it's because of the weight. The wheelbase isn't super duper long.
I mean, the Cressida was the same, I thought, but it's way longer. Is it way longer? It might not be way longer.
I think it's about the same.
Yeah. To me, I got in and I drove it, and I was like, I don't know why everyone was talking shit about this
you
car.
did kind of drive the shit out of that thing actually in those videos.
I don't think it felt like an S chassis though, but it did drift fine. Like, we have knuckles on that car too, dude. I couldn't really spin out in that thing.
Yeah, you have the
Like-
excessive knuckles on that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the good thing
It was
about
a
the
lot of
excessive,
angle.
the excessive ones are also steel. I think.
Well, we bent it, so I don't know if it's steel. I know one of them's bent.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go home and double check mine.
We left it in because I was like, it's not broken, so just leave it in.
Alrighty. Unlike you, but okay. But like, so you enjoy the IS. I know you're drifting out there with like with David Bob.
Mhm.
I
I've
don't,
drifted his
and
car, too.
I don't know who else is Diego still
Yeah.
drifting. I
Yeah.
know he has that wicked build that he just I don't know if he
Yeah,
finished it.
he's tomorrow we're all going to a private day in Evergreen to test.
Ooh, okay. I like
he's gonna be
Evergreen.
testing the.
I was gonna say,
JZX.
yeah, Sebastian literally just flew in. He just flew in just for this podcast. No,
Yeah.
yeah, so
I'm
you're going
fresh out the airport though.
Yeah,
so it
literally.
does feel like I just flew in for this.
That's kind of wild.
Don't worry, we'll take you out to dinner. You know,
I feel like an artist on a press run right
What
now.
Yeah, yeah, literally.
I did forget to acknowledge that you just got off a plane.
Yeah, but
With
so,
a toddler yelling and crying the whole
oh
time
no,
over my shoulder.
Frankie
and
would
the
not
parents
have it.
didn't do shit about
I
it.
don't see.
Dang.
This is why I think I need to buy like AirPods because if I ever run into a situation like that, I will cut my ears off. So
What does the AirPods have to do with any of that?
I just go.
I mean, they have like noise canceling ones.
Oh, they
Yeah.
do have those.
So how long is that flight though?
Yeah. Well, I had a layover in Chicago, so thankfully, like,
That's why I took you all day.
yeah, it was a short layover, but it was, and thankfully the toddler was only on Chicago to here
Yeah.
because that was like an hour and a half of just agony.
Okay, that was a side note. I just wanted to know.
You
we
want to
talking
know
about
how much
before
I
that?
suffered today?
Yeah.
He really wants to get in that
Oh,
position.
the point of that was you're back in Jersey because you're going to a drift event, and what else are you doing?
Well, yeah, I'm going tomorrow to like a private day with like David and Diego, and then Saturday going to Poconos to drive there.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what Carl was.
that's
trying to do.
that's where Daryl's gonna be. You're gonna run into Daryl. Daryl, if you're listening to this, look out for Seb. Maybe throw some tandems or something. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
I mean,
Maybe, possibly.
maybe.
Daryl's a good driver. He'd be a good guy to tandem
Yeah,
with.
Yeah.
Daryl. Have you watched Daryl's video?
I haven't, no.
Bro, I can't say enough about this video, man. I know no one wants to hear it
Daryl's
again,
Frankie's favorite, and it pisses me off because I come here all the
Dude,
time.
but he has a video. He's like, yeah, first time at Englishtown. I don't even know, dude. He shredded the front course at E-Town. Like, first time. He hits tree turn, like, harder than I've ever done it, probably.
Evergreen's a
And
fun
I was like,
course.
this is your first day at Englishtown?
He goes to Evergreen so much that like, and he's always in tandem that it doesn't. It's like second nature to him.
I don't know,
He sees
man.
something on a video. I remember at No Fear Moves, he was like, you know what? I saw in an option video where the guy like went like and like threw it like this, and I'm gonna try it. And I was like, all right, cool. Goes out there, tries it right away. I'm like, whoa, that
And
was kind of cool.
He films himself, so that's good.
Yeah, his
Then you could, like, learn what
yeah,
you do.
if I
Joe,
can
his
analyze
girlfriend,
myself.
is usually in the car and watches his hands. She's the plug for that.
Yeah, I don't film shit when I'm driving.
You never do.
Yeah, and I regret it. I feel like you probably should do
That's
that.
why you have Malcolm.
I don't know. I feel like I kind of fuck up when there's a.
When there's
Yeah.
a camera,
Camera
right?
present.
I just never
Yeah.
gave a shit. I'm like, what?
that's
Like, who
it.
cares? What?
I can go have fun out there. I feel like recently I'm like more leaning towards if we're having fun. Sometimes I won't even. I'm like not paying attention enough to like.
Well,
pull
if
my
you're
phone
like
out.
trying to learn and like do new things, and
Yeah,
you want to look back on it, then yeah, I get it.
If you're like being critical on yourself.
Yeah,
too,
which
and,
I
like,
never
your
have been.
progression.
Yeah, yeah. Then that makes sense.
Yeah.
So and I have a feeling we had like the same spot where we were a no locations
What?
podcast on.
Oh yeah, we
But-
don't mention the location.
like
but
because
we were
everyone
talking-
had to practice, and I think you're from my area. Which
I'm
is
not from that area,
Or,
but
well,
I
you used to
lived
live
like
there.
4 years up in Mawa.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm from Ramsey.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
think we have a same spot.
Oh okay. I don't think
Um,
I ever been up there.
And when I saw you guys there in a video, I think it was you, David, Bob, and it might have been Tom.
Yeah, there was a night when Tom came out.
Yeah. Oh,
Or two
actually,
nights.
that was a different spot. That was down by like where I know which video you're talking about.
The video that I'm talking about, it was in North Jersey because I saw it, and I
Mhm.
was like, I know where that is. like, I definitely wanted to go there once. Like, but I always just questioned it. I don't know. You're always
Well, just
questioning spots.
make sure Tom's got your phone number. He'll call you every day. Don't worry.
But no, so you have the IS now, and then so you're going. You had that private day tomorrow.
yeah.
Ready, set, drift on Saturday.
And mainly I just came because like I miss fall on the East Coast so much.
Yes.
That's what a lot of
Like-
people they're telling me. They're like,
Mhm.
"Yo, I miss seasons."
I was like seeing so many people like posting leaves changing and just like
It's all fun on the West
53
Coast
degree weather.
until it feels like you're stuck in a time warp and you're just like.
I was gonna
feels
say,
like
is that what it
Groundhog Day.
feels like?
Yeah.
It's like all the time, just hot.
Yeah, the other day we had like clouds and a little bit of rain, and it was like chaos.
Everybody's in North Face. Like,
I
oh
saw
my
a
God.
Canada Goose.
That's
It was like 63
Canada
degrees.
Goose.
It was 63 degrees out.
That's that thrashing video I watched today. They're like, yeah, the rain's coming. I'm like, rain, California.
That's
But
crazy. Like what the hell?
Somebody really bought Canada Goose.
so is something on fire every day in Los Angeles?
In downtown, like in Arts District, where
What, like,
Era is.
Buildings
yeah.
on fire?
That's a
Every-
crazy
Nah, they're just like
question.
they're just like stuff.
If
on
you watch
fire.
the story and Mike's story, they're always just like, hey, another fire.
There's just
What?
shit on fire downtown.
Yeah,
all the
how
time.
is the condition of Los Angeles right now? I want to know from someone who's actually there.
It's kind of just like if you were existing in a Grand Theft Auto map.
Okay, so it's pretty
Okay.
bad.
Yeah,
Sounds pretty lit.
I mean, like it's very perspective based. You can just like choose to like observe it all and kind of
Yeah.
like giggle at it
Yeah.
as long as it's not affecting you, or you can
Get
like
caught up
choose
in it.
to get caught up in it and just be like, what the hell's going on over here?
Yeah.
I choose to just be like observant and kind of just
people
enjoy it for
watch.
what it is. Yeah.
From the outside looking in, we're just waiting for that place to like. That's gonna be the start of the end of the world.
Yeah.
That's what.
You'll know when the end is coming when something
Yeah.
like big happens there for sure.
I have a question about, and you keep your car here, so I don't know if this is gonna apply to you, but maybe you know. How is it that they have like the craziest car laws over there and restrictions, and then like, people still are able to go out and drift, have drift cars out on the street? And then like some people are like, oh, my car got impounded.
Oh yeah, that actually is a good
How
question.
does that fly? Like, how does
I
that
mean,
work?
A lot of
Like,
people like even my Hilux that I have out there, I guess it's still registered here.
oh, dude, I forgot about that.
Oh, Malcolm's interested now.
What
Sounds
is
pretty
it?
nice.
Malcolm does like. Do you have a?
What?
Do you mind? Maybe do you pull up a photo of it? But it's a. I forgot that you had that thing.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's what I
God.
daily out there.
I'm on a Toyota binge right now.
They're both Toyota
Wait, a
nerds.
picture of his
so.
or just a random?
I think you might have it.
Oh.
While I was.
Let me
scrolling
see.
through, but it's not just a. It's a Hilux Surf.
Surf, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Mhm.
Hilux Surf, and I don't know what
I don't have a
power
picture of
plant is that, but
That's like the same V6, like the 3.0 that came in the US model. So it's
you.
gas.
I think there's an inherent issue. I think it's like it might be the head gasket goes on that. You know how there's always that one Achilles heel.
The Achilles heel is the lifters.
Oh,
They just always have noisy lifters.
it looks great.
So it sounds
man.
like a diesel truck.
Oh.
It's just like not.
It's a beautiful car. It's green,
Yeah.
right? I think.
Yeah.
How's that thing treating you?
Great. Use it every day.
Gas is kind of expensive over there, Sebastian.
Yeah,
You know
sorry.
what I'm saying? And you have
Yeah, what is
that
it at
three-
over there?
Last time I filled up, it was like 650.
I mean,
It's pretty tragic, but it did get really, really bad at one point. I think.
I bet.
Like $8.
Mm.
So
Oh, it will
There's-
cost you $9 to go to the store. That's crazy.
What are you
It's
talking
wild.
about?
Like your average
Yeah, because
store trip.
those V6s they get like not that great gas economy.
no, I mean with the tires and wheels I have on there, I get right under 13.
That
It's pretty
There it
bad
is.
in that sense,
is
but
that it right there?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
That's when I
nice.
picked it up at
Machine.
Japanese Classics.
That thing is cool.
Love it. How could
It's
you
a neat
not love
car.
nice-
It's a
yeah,
really
how
neat
could you
car.
not love a nice old Toyota? And it came like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those wheels are
Those look like your Chevy wheels
yeah,
you
they,
used to have.
they do look kind of reminiscent of what I had on my Sequoia.
I researched them. So Bridgestone used to make off-road wheels. They're Bridgestone Bergs.
Bergs, the Dinkelbergs.
Look, okay. Look at the mirror on the fender, Malcolm.
Yeah, those are sick.
Yeah, for parallel parking.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's just
Great
such a
deal.
neat car.
Yeah, like
I love that
it's
thing.
I don't know a lot about it, and that's why I like it. I'm like,
You gotta
oh,
drive that thing on the beach, man.
Oh, the
They
Hilux
probably don't
Surf?
allow that in
It is
California,
Surf.
but unless it's a Tesla.
Teslas only.
But also, yeah, going back to your question, a lot of people find loopholes, whether it's out-of-state registrations or having a smog guy, or or a lot of people just don't street drive their cars. And there's like the laws are around all of California, but different cities actually enforce different things.
Oh.
So like LA County has all of Grand Theft Auto to worry about. Like
Jeez.
all this, you know, they're not really stressing
that
about an
240
S13.
has street pipes.
Yeah. But then you like go only half an hour out into like some suburban town, and like there's people there that are just like, no, I haven't even taken my 240 out in like 4 years because I don't want to
Wow.
risk like.
Do they measure
taking-
like the height from the headlights? To the
It just
ground?
depends. It's officer per officer
Yeah.
basis. Like I saw a video recently of the new Hyundai that like from factory has a crackle tune,
Oh.
and like a police officer like revoked this guy's registration, and like
I think I
and
heard about this one.
Said that he had to like take it back to the dealer and get that removed, even though it's an OEM.
You can't remove it.
Yeah, and he's like, well,
You're gonna have to get an aftermarket tune so you can tune
yeah,
that out.
Wow.
yeah. So it's very relative to the officer and how much they were bullied in high school.
And area. Pretty much. That's kind of wild. I never thought about it in like an area by area basis.
That's wild.
yeah, it's local law enforcement. So
That's crazy.
all the laws are the same, but it just depends on the enforcer.
Okay, but here's where it blows my mind. The center of the auto industry in the United States of America is pretty much Los Angeles. Like aftermarket industry.
Car culture over there is just something else, man. And
But it's weird because it's like I would never go there.
I wanted to move there. Do you remember, Malcolm?
Yeah, you
There was a-
almost tried to.
there
But
was a
I mean,
brief
as far
period
as,
of
like,
time, I
bringing-
think
Like as a car enthusiast, like if you were just looking to like where am I gonna? I'm a car enthusiast. Like where do I want to move? Well, I don't want to go there because I might not be able to drive my car around.
Well, no, I would. The reason why I'm asking is because there's so many nice places I could be driving my car around.
No, there's that. Yeah, it's the nicest. I always say it's the most beautiful state in the country. Between that and I would say that one probably is because it has like everything.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you can be like on the beach and snowboarding in the same day.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah,
Kind of cool.
It is, but the government just ruins everything. I can't,
Like,
dude.
you know,
as
just
they
picture
always
it.
do.
Nice
Yeah.
blue IS just down the Pacific Coast Highway, Frankie.
Yeah,
Your wind flowing through the air.
my
Or
wind,
your wind
Your
flowing-
wind.
your hair flowing through the air.
Nice try, Carl.
Yeah, whatever. You're distracting me. You're too beautiful. But
Thanks.
no, but yeah, I always wondered because I did momentarily want to move out there, and how
In
I
theory, it's good.
how I would
Yeah,
go
on
about meeting
paper.
people is like I would just keep doing the stuff that I like doing, which would probably be trying to drift. You know, I'd
Yeah.
go to a drift and hopefully meet people that way or something.
I would if I was gonna move to the West Coast, and I was just into cars. I would just go to like anywhere outside of it, like maybe
Yeah.
Arizona.
Yeah, car
Like-
culture is huge in like Phoenix and whatnot.
Really?
It
Everybody
does-
just drag races on the highway.
They have so much open.
When I go there, I
open
don't
road.
see like any. I don't see the culture, but I guess
Yeah.
I'm just missing it. I know there's like. There's other like there's. I don't know different types of car culture out there, but like as far as drifting, I never see anything. But I know
Oh,
we have some customers.
What are you just
from
gonna run into
Arizona.
somebody?
I'm
Punch
hoping.
kicking?
I mean, dude,
In the
around
middle of the
here,
street?
around here lately, you'd see
Honestly,
crazy
yeah.
cars.
The
Like,
Around
other
here is
day-
different. I don't think anywhere in the country really
yeah,
like, compares to northern New Jersey. As weird as that sounds,
That's
because it's
wild.
densely populated.
Yeah,
There's a
the-
lot of
the
random
density
people.
here is
yeah,
crazy.
And you've been to a lot of places, so like hearing that from you,
yeah.
I think like southern Florida is a little comparable, because you just see a lot of every type of car culture.
I think now that you say that, every time I'm in Florida, that's the only place where I'll see something else cool. Like
Yeah.
when I was in New Orleans, I didn't see anything. When I was in
Yeah.
California, didn't see anything. And then when I was in Florida, here's like 3 S chassis. I'm like, whoa.
Because people like drive their shit year round too.
There's that too.
That too.
And those laws are like the opposite of California.
Yeah, I'm about to say, and as long as it has blinkers and like
A
four
brake
wheels,
light.
yeah,
Yeah, you'd be
then
all right.
You're good.
Dude, I mean, some of those S chassis, they might not be even there anymore.
But as far as like your career and everything you're doing, you're definitely in the right spot.
Well, yeah, I honestly I wouldn't have chosen to live in Los Angeles if I didn't mainly work in the film industry. Like
That's like
that's the
again
the
like the
caveat
craziest
there.
thing. Like
Yeah.
that you get to do the things that you do.
So-
and you made a business out of it as well. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Before
Yeah.
we get into your business, I wanna know exactly what you do like in the film industry, like in the jobs you get, because I don't think I fully understand. Because I know you take photographs, but I think you do more than that too sometimes, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, my career as a photographer has kind of fizzled out in the last 2 years. Like I only kept a couple clients from my photo
Oh.
world,
Okay.
and for the past like 2 years, I've essentially been a vehicle wrangler, which is the individual in charge of like vehicle logistics for film production.
Is that the proper term? Because
Yeah.
that's amazing.
That's
Yeah,
kind of cool.
Vehicle wrangler.
Rodeo.
That's sick.
I'm head
Wrangle.
wrangler.
Yeah.
I'm head wrangler around here.
Get the Wrangler. I need a Mustang. It's literally like.
That's fucking cool as hell. Because I have noticed, like,
So that brings us to our next subject.
yeah, is that you guys saw an opportunity to make something of that, and now you
so then we
started what is called Era.
Yeah, I started Air
That
Picture
shit
Cars.
is so cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember you were doing that like for the last few years, and you were getting like you were finding cars for music videos, and you were even finding cars in the drift scene to use for music videos and stuff like that.
I fucking love that.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Because then somebody I know, like, what's his Team Gleam's cars.
Yeah, he got
and I
the
was
Gleam
like,
guys.
whoa.
Yeah. What music video was that?
That was for Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, that's pretty sick.
That was
Sick.
so cool, dude. Like,
That was one of those moments where you're like really stoked for your friends.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was seeing that, and I would, my coworkers would be like, "Yo, did you see the new Travis Scott video?" I'd be like, "Did you see that R32 in there? My boy was in charge of that."
Yeah.
Like, that's awesome.
So you were able to make a actual business out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we do day in and day out. So now we have an office and a vehicle storage facility in downtown that we've been working on since August.
Okay.
Do you also rent it out for like use, like for like photo shoots for people to use it, like as an event space?
That's Mike's studio, which is like 5 minutes down the road from mine.
Mhm.
That's his space. Is that?
That's the brick one.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That
That one's an event space.
Yeah,
and
not to
like
be
a
weird, but that
film
building
studio.
is beautiful. It's
That
got like
building is
exposed
beautiful.
It's
trusses.
so nice. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's one of those really old school buildings that you don't really see in that kind of condition anymore. So
Yeah.
could totally see how it
Well,
would be a
Los
dope
Angeles
spot.
has a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah, like down in Artist District where our warehouses are, it's kind of like there's so many different type of open spaces.
I hear about that spot a lot. Is it called the Art District?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Art
heard about that. They have a lot of like that's where they film a lot of music videos and stuff like in buildings like that, right?
Yeah. There's tons of film studios. Like even where my location is, like I'm pretty close to like 3 film studios that I'm like regularly
Is that where
regularly taking vehicles.
Magnus Walker is too?
I see him like every now and again grabbing coffee like,
That's
around
Damn.
the street. Yeah, he
His
lives in
place
that
is
area.
fucking
Ribbon.
wild.
right out.
Yeah.
His place is sick.
He drives his 993 a lot.
That's awesome.
I met that guy at Bear Mountain.
Oh
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, he had a Porsche meet.
Yeah,
At
I,
Bear Mountain.
I remember
My dad was
hearing
there.
about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my dad was at.
Oh, damn. This was like maybe 3-4 years ago. I think 3 years ago, maybe
Yeah.
more.
He's
remember
had
seeing
it
that.
before.
Yeah.
as
He
well.
seems like a really cool dude.
I've never actually met him. I see him around all the time, but it's just like such a like I don't know especially in LA, you never want to be like that person.
Yeah,
It's
like,
just
hey, like,
like,
hey,
people are
wait.
just trying to like
live.
exist.
They're just trying to live their
yeah,
own
and
life.
like this is
Yeah.
like just where they choose to live. So it's just like
I've never heard anything bad so far about that guy. Every single person I know that has met him has been like, yeah, he just wants to talk and
Yeah,
hang out.
He's
I'm
real
like,
chill. After every photo he took, he would just go, Porsche. They'd be like, all right, man, Porsche.
surprised he wasn't like putting spells on people.
Yeah.
Looks like
he
fucking
says some
Dumbledore.
funny ass shit, dude. He's one of the only YouTube like if I see a video of him on YouTube, I'm like, I'm watching that whole thing no matter what.
He
I have
always
no
just-
idea why.
He just
Really?
explains shit in like such a cool way.
Yeah,
Like he could not even explain it to me.
he's
And he could just be talking, and I'm like,
he's got a presence
yeah.
that
Mhm.
is
Oh,
good.
yeah.
I hope Porsche took note of that and they have him on the team because
Oh, definitely.
yeah, I hope so.
Some sort of
Hope they're
like
cutting a check to him.
Yeah, that's what I
R&D.
mean.
He puts
I
on
wouldn't
for
doubt it.
Porsche heavy.
he does put on for Porsche heavy.
Yeah.
And
All right, so that's the area you're in. That's cool. And damn, vehicle Wrangler. That's
That is kind of fat.
like if you ain't gonna be a real Wrangler, that's the next best thing. Like,
Chief Wrangler. Yo, just have a coat with that. Yeah, I'm Chief Wrangler.
yeah, that should be your on
That
your
should-
business card.
I should just show up with like a cowboy fit.
Yeah.
So
Era,
you kinda-
era Chief Wrangler.
you definitely kind of saw, because obviously we all see it, like the increasing trend and like the appreciation for Japanese cars, like older Japanese cars.
Yeah, probably because they're getting imported.
It's not even just
more.
Japanese cars, actually, like older BMWs, beautiful cars.
Yeah. I mean, like, you got to remember that the people that are making things right now grew up in the same time as we did. So what kind of has like a natural nostalgic special factor to us is what's going to be special to the people that are directing or making all these decisions on what things are going to look like now.
That's true.
Damn, that's kind of I never really thought about it like that.
That's probably why it is happening.
That's why it's been such a like natural progression. And like I remember Mike like talking to me years ago, being like the cars that we're into at some point there's going to be a crossroads of like those being what's like special and what's being filmed a lot, because people like us are going to be in the positions of like making those decisions. So
Damn.
it's just
Mike's
kinda
like Nostradamus. He just like
he really called it, and
He-
he was just
yeah.
like the merger, especially the merger of like certain pockets of hip hop and Japanese car culture. It just happened like exactly as he called it on some Nostradamus.
Right? Like, that's the Kanye of the film industry right now. He's just-
No, chill. Kanye says.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
canceled.
yeah,
He's canceled. Never
Canceled.
I
mind.
don't even know what he said, but I don't.
I know, me either. I was trying to
I
catch
just-
up and like find out.
I didn't even look into it. I was like, I don't even want to know, and we'll just leave it at that.
He's doing.
I'm so out of that loop.
He's on some crazy
I
shit.
don't even have a comment to make.
Hey,
I'm
man.
literally just so out of that loop. I listen to like fucking old music every day. Like
You gotta stay up on those podcasts. Come on.
I
man.
know you're right. But
No, I don't know either.
But yeah, so you have Era now. And do you guys have like, because you guys when you expanded into 2 studios, I was like, damn. Like,
Well, you're talking about Mike's and his.
well, yeah,
Is Mike
yeah.
doing it with? Like, how is it actually?
Yeah,
set
yeah.
up?
Mike's my business partner.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
that's like. So do you? What are your future plans? Do you have any future endeavors to like make it even bigger than what it is now?
For sure. Definitely. I mean, the whole point of the location for Era Picture Cars was to have a starting point to scale from. And right now, our biggest thing is kind of like just finishing this location out. We've been handling a lot of pretty big jobs while trying to get this location finished. So it's been really setting us back, but helping at the same time, because it's like the funds that you need to do
You
this.
have to like project has to be funded by something, right?
Yeah.
So is this garage like? Is it a garage kind of in a way, like to store cars at that you can use often? Or
Yeah,
is
it's a
it
storage facility, and then it's also like,
people can come and look maybe.
yeah, exactly. Like we have meetings there with whoever's making the decision on vehicles, whether
makes
it's
sense.
directors or set designers or producers, and it's kind of like a space that like you can at least have like the meeting. They can see the vehicles that we have there, even if we don't have something that they're looking for. They can at least be like, oh, but
Yeah.
this car is because like
kind of got the look I want.
yeah,
but-
they're not car people, so they don't know how to explain shit. So like
Yeah.
at least being like that one but red, you
Yeah.
know, it's just like way better than having a phone call and then
That's
be
actually
like,
a-
I want that old car that looks cool.
It's a really good idea.
This is literally blowing my mind right now because from a business perspective, like I tend to think in more of like a business type of way.
well, right
It's
away
like-
I was like, why would you need a garage if you
No,
gotta get
yeah,
different cars
because
for everything?
that's like your
But
work.
he's
right
right.
there. That's your product.
But yeah, they have to having somewhere where people can come and look at different cars is good.
It also kind of creates a demand. They're like, damn, that's cool as fuck.
And now are those all your cars in there?
Some of them, and then some of them are other like collectors that we work with that like,
Oh, that will rent them out.
yeah.
Okay.
And then they do storage with us, and then with intent of having their cars pitched on projects.
Oh,
Perfect.
And then the other thing is that we use the location like as a staging location if cars come from like out of state or out of town.
You can bring them there and keep them there for
Or even just like, you know,
Prepping
wherever
them.
a vehicle's coming from to be able to prep it before a shoot, and then that be where it gets transported from.
That's awesome.
That's insane, dude.
How do I open one up here?
Yeah, that's
That's the
absolutely
ultimate goal,
mind-blowing
honestly.
to me,
Yeah.
like,
Because the ultimate goal is coming back to the East Coast. But
That would be good to have one of those in both places.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
100%.
I'd pop that shit in somewhere.
Let me know. I'll run that thing.
somewhere in New York, dude. Like I'm
Yeah,
just
like
trying
up
to
in
think
New
that
York
would be
State, like in
sick.
Hudson Valley area.
like
Yeah.
old brick buildings in there, like always like that.
I mean, they
hope-
do a lot of filming in New York City.
I hope you guys do that because the fact that you managed to make a market there for a profession that you love doing, like that's the kind of the dream, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's definitely not something that's never been done before. It just hasn't been done before by like
Younger
people
people.
like us. Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone in the picture car space is like 50 to 70.
Old Hollywood guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
I've been
the
doing
most
this
part.
business for years.
They also like
got 7
only
Bel
work in
Airs.
like the movie world. Like so.
Not really the music industry type, is what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Well, essentially, like the majority of like the picture car services, they work with productions that are in like the $500,000 to $30 million budgets, and like the budgets of projects that we're working in is in the like 25 to $500,000.
Okay.
So it's just like it's a totally they're different worlds. We're not even
Yeah.
like providing vehicles for the same places that they are,
Hmm.
and there is no service catered at the productions that are in this budget range.
And what
So-
kind of productions are there? Are those more like music video type things, or
So music videos were like the first
That's the
bread
s-
and butter for
yeah.
sure. Now a lot has changed, and we're working a lot on commercials
commercials? Okay.
recently, and
What about some Netflix shows?
no Netflix shows.
No, not yet.
Short films.
Isn't Netflix like basically big Hollywood at this point? Like,
Yeah,
right? Like money wise? Or is it
pretty
just-
much.
They got a lot
all
of
the
money.
streaming service.
Yeah, they
all
make
the streaming services, but Netflix is mainly filming in Atlanta these days.
Okay.
They bought like they have like the most studios.
That's another spot where
Yeah.
things seem to be booming.
Yeah. So we
Atlanta.
also do
Atlanta.
provide vehicles like all around the country, and we have vehicle coordinators in different states. Atlanta being one of them, which is because it's so busy there, here, and then Miami is our. I would say L.A., Miami, Atlanta are our busiest cities, and then
And you would like ship a car there and like,
no, for the most part we have local
okay,
fixers
that's better.
helping out.
Are you overseeing this stuff too? Like, are you going there, making sure this operation is running smoothly and that the car shows up and stuff?
Sometimes it's very relative to the project, and I guess how much it needs me personally involved, whether I'm just brokering it or if I have to like physically be there.
Do you have a favorite one that you've had? Like,
That's so tough.
Yeah, you probably see cool cars all the time.
yeah, and
Yeah.
like cool people and like,
Just have like really interesting, like sometimes they're not even that cool cars. They're just like it's just like a challenging thing to do, and it's pretty just neat
yeah,
to like oversee
accomplish,
doing
yeah,
that.
and,
Yeah.
and get it done.
And
yeah.
then you gotta make sure that these cars don't get damaged, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, like everything gets insured properly.
Okay. That
E-
sounds
every
expensive.
every
Yeah.
every car gets like a $2 million policy. It's like a ridiculous like over the top policy that covers
Yeah.
anything that would ever possibly happen, including like if those vehicles were to injure somebody.
Okay.
But accidents do happen, and it's you're the middleman for getting the vehicle there. You're also the middleman for like working with insurances and making sure everyone.
And kind of
Gets
like,
paid
well,
out.
here's my car, you can use it. So it's like, all right, well, it's in your hands now. So if you screw something up,
Yeah.
then it's either got to be covered or whatnot.
Yeah, but that's all like fixed in like the contractual agreements per vehicle, and yeah, it's like the more complicated part
That's
of what
probably
we
the
do.
only the main stressful part, probably, right? Like making sure those cars are in good.
I feel like it's all stressful, dude.
It's
'Cause you got a bunch of
Anything,
moving-
any business is going to be pretty stressful.
A lot of
Yeah,
moving parts.
Exactly. There's a lot of variables, and it definitely gets I try not to stress about it because like what's gonna happen will
Yeah.
happen, but yeah,
Yeah.
You try to like find the balance of like keeping everything in check and just also like allowing whatever happens to happen and just be ready for whatever.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's like every project we run into something new that we weren't like prepared for, and we like take notes
Yeah.
because we're just like, well, now we know we need all this
Is
prior
it-
knowledge.
Is it you and Mike, or is it you have people working for you?
I have some people working for me. Mike isn't too involved in the day by day.
Yeah.
More on just like the bigger projects.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say you definitely have to have people working for you with
Like a
something
team.
That, 'cause that-
Yeah, I have a small team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Random question that I just want to know for myself. You don't have to give me numbers, but is rent comparable to some here, or is it way more expensive in LA for a building like?
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad, right? I had a
And-
feeling.
And by the look of that building, I know. I thought we were just gonna go right over that. You know,
yeah, no,
obviously
I wanted to get an
upfront
idea.
costs, business costs that are not cheap. So I didn't think that we were gonna talk about that.
Because how big is your the Era studio? Square footage, do you know?
Era as in Mike's studio or mine?
Yours.
Mine is 4,800 square feet.
Okay, so it's double the size either way. I was
What?
just trying to figure
What,
out
here?
how big it was. This one, yeah.
How much do you pay for square foot? If you don't mind me asking.
We're lucky right now because they haven't really upped us. I pay probably. I mean, right now we're paying around I think 2,400,
That's
and
nice.
this is 22.
That's nice.
I think it's 2,200 square feet or something like that.
That's very
So, I'm not gonna complain about it,
good. Yeah.
and especially around here because, I mean, I don't know if you guys are looking for garage ever over here, but it is not easy.
Yeah, no, I have. I
Yeah.
have. Yeah, that's why I'm surprised at all this space.
And that's why we're
that
not
price
gone
range.
yet because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like I'm not in a rush to leave because it's not gonna be.
And you're so like conveniently located.
I agree. Yeah, it's just like right in the middle of everything. Not far from the city, not far from Englishtown, not far from New York State. Like, but eventually, hopefully, one day we'll get our own building somewhere somehow. I don't know how.
What a
but
faction corporate.
we're calling it.
headquarters.
We're calling it the compound.
Yes, sir.
But yeah,
It's possible. I went to the barracks the other day, and I was
Oh,
just, like,
really?
looking at that, and I'm just like, fuck,
Damn.
like,
That's sick.
That's like the ultimate.
I haven't
goal.
really like looked into that place, but I remember seeing like videos from it and stuff. But I haven't really like looked at it lately.
It's just so neat. It's just like if I could ever imagine what hopefully Era grows into, it's like something like that.
It's
Like,
probably
scale-wise.
similar to what I have in my head too, which
Yeah.
is very unrealistic. I've talked to
That's
Malcolm.
realistic. People, if it's been done before, it's realistic, and if it hasn't been done before, it's still realistic because like the possibility of doing
Yeah.
it is still there.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know. We'll see.
I fucking love that you just said that to Frankie because he'll never listen to that kind of shit when I say it.
No, I mean that is. I mean, he knows I think like that too.
You got good
None of this
ideas,
would be
dude.
here if I didn't have a mind like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
I'd usually just. We're very similar in that aspect where if we think we can do something and we want to do it, we're just gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
Like, so that's how it goes. But I'm just thinking about the financials. It is a lot of money to buy a building.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Mm.
but yeah,
Yeah, the upfront costs are astronomical.
yeah, like renting is good. Like
makes
right
it
now,
worth
we're
it.
good.
Like I feel like you wouldn't trade that for the world right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No. I sometimes I just feel like sweeping the spot, and I'm just like happier than I've ever been before.
That's so fucking cool. Like that's exactly what I would picture it too. Like if I had my own, I just was always too scared. I'm too afraid for that leap. I'm still on just
Yeah.
work and keep working until you make a lot of money, and then I'll retire and get a shop then.
I mean, I feel like I took a very safe route. I don't know if we ever talked about that stuff on the podcast before, but like I took a safe route with my business venture. I don't know if you feel the same way or not, but like I never felt like I was taking a huge leap of faith. Do you feel like you've done that?
No, I think if anything, just the leap of faith. While financially it is relatively difficult, the hardest part is just you close yourself off to a lot of things, and
Like in terms of being able to do other jobs and like
yeah,
other-
life wise,
Yeah.
like or work life, you're
Yeah.
just like you're closed off. This is what you're doing for an indefinite period of time,
and yeah,
and to like the highest capacity that you could do it every single day.
yeah,
So you wake up and you're back on that every single day.
yeah, which is different from what you were used to because you were kind of doing different jobs.
Yeah,
All
and
photography
they were pretty
jobs.
spaced apart, so I could just like diddle daddle between jobs and
Yeah.
whatnot. But like,
And now it's more like almost more like a typical 9 to 5, but
it's like a wake up to go to sleep.
yeah, yeah.
Frankie's like, whoo, yeah, man. No, but yeah, because even when you don't even really clock out. Because if
Yeah,
you
what
get-
did you say the other day, Carl? Malcolm knows.
What did I say?
I didn't work. I didn't want to work a 9 to 5, so now I work at 24/7.
Yeah, pretty much same.
Yeah.
Like that's like if something hits you at like 11 o'clock at night, you're not gonna not
Okay, but here
try
we
to do something.
watch this. Do you feel like you're at work every day?
Hell no.
Okay.
See, fuck.
I've been to work. Like I never want to do that shit again.
Yeah.
Like,
Damn.
yeah. Like
And I never feel like I'm at work either.
Yeah.
That's why like
I feel like I'm just like alive.
yeah. You
Like,
know that
in my
regret you
purest
have
form.
when you
Oof.
wake up and you're like, "Oh, I got to go to work."
Yeah, I never want to feel that again.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, when that feeling left, I was like I didn't realize it until like cuz I'm usually on cruise control, like I'm just like whatever, like just going through it. And then all of a sudden one day I'll wake up and be like, "Wow, I don't hate waking up and going to work anymore. Wow, this is kind of sick."
Yeah.
What
Like-
about you, Malcolm?
He
Do you
fucking
like them?
hates it here.
No, I don't feel like I'm working.
I asked you that question the other day, right?
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm working.
I was like, "Do you hate going to work and waking up?" And he was like, "No, not really." I'm like, "Okay, then
HR
that's good."
department. Wow.
I get here early.
He gets here before me. He's just
Wow.
hanging out in the parking lot.
Yeah, I'm
That's
like,
sick.
quiet time.
Yeah, this is quiet time. He just takes a little nap. and-
Go on my phone. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, let's go
Except
inside.
today you were late. Anyway,
Oh, that's
moving
because
on.
there was road work on 17.
Of course.
so.
But yeah, no, that's cool, man. I'm glad that you're in that position now, because that's the goal for people like us, where we have
Yeah.
that mentality where you're like, there's nothing wrong with working for someone else. I always will say that, but
No, not at all. I think it's all relative to you being completely honest with yourself. And there's some people that I know that like they function to their best capacity working a brainless job, or not even brainless, just like something that's like irrelevant to things
I
that
know what
they
you're
enjoy in
saying by
life.
brainless. Like you just doing a task and like getting that task done, and then
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then like their home life is just like everything to them, and
Yeah.
that's, like it's just like it's very relative.
oh,
It's
kind of like Carl. Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the benefit:
Talk to him, Carl.
you get a bunch of money, and you don't gotta worry about shit
Yeah.
about the business.
Yeah, but then if you, it's not yours.
Yeah, you just feel like
it
a
can
pawn.
be-
Do
it
you
can
want it
be-
to be yours?
It
Because
can be
that-
taken
that's-
away.
it's so nothing is ours. Dude.
Nothing- yeah,
not,
it's-
not to get too philosophical, but
Yeah.
this
like
could get taken away.
This
Yeah.
it could, but like, let's say it gets taken away. Like that was still your thing. You did that.
Okay, but hear me out. If this does get taken away, what job am I gonna go get?
I don't know.
If yours gets taken away,
I could apply to another job.
you have a lot on your resume.
I guess, and I heard this on another podcast. I think it was the Goodest Cast with Palmer.
mm-hmm.
And if
Such a
this-
good dude.
Yeah, God forbid this gets over to you, man. I love your podcast. Maybe one day we can meet.
God forbid this
Dude,
gets over.
We
we
got to
could-
do each other's podcasts.
Yeah,
That would be sick.
no, that'd be awesome. But no, I was listening to his podcast, and somebody said something about compartmentalizing, and I guess that's kind of what I do. Like I'll go to work, and like I show up here, and I'm in my work clothes. That's why I'm dressed up most of the time.
Oh, I thought you just did it for us.
No, no,
Uh-huh.
unless you like when I do that, I'll do it more often.
Of course.
But like I compartmentalize, and I don't like intertwine those two. Sometimes I'll drive the drift car to work, and I'll park it like far as shit away, and like not talk to anybody about drifting. I'm not like, hey, I was at the track this weekend, but like that's something that I wish was at the same time like intertwined with what I do. Like, what if I worked for like some sort of corporate division of a something manufacturer car
the thing is,
related?
you could end up with a job like that.
I would love to, but you know I'm trying to get my experience up. I have my own.
Do you like the balance of like none of your like drift and car life meshes in your work life?
I think I've grown more appreciation to it the more that I'm doing it, because I have been in this kind of field for a few years now, and like it's that when I get out of work, I find that cars and doing this and coming to do the podcast, that's why I come here and bother Frankie, and he's so tired of it. And I'm like, dude, I've been sitting in an office all day. I want to enjoy
He drives
this.
far, man. He drives like almost an hour every Tuesday to get here and do this.
Wow.
After work.
I enjoy doing it. I see possibility in it. I've told you before, like I believe in your business. I like everything that it stands for. Sort of like you, sort of.
Thanks.
And like I like I almost envy it. I'm like, damn, like one day, you know, because
Well,
that's
now
the goal.
you're kind of on board, so
It is. I am, and I always will be. But the thing is like one of the like every time, I think I've been on like a bunch of interviews, and they ask you like, where do you see yourself? What's your end goal? Right? I'm like, I always tell them the same thing. This is the one time too I'll intertwine them, because I'll be like, I want to get old, retire, take that money I had, put it into a shop. I don't even care how the shop does. I'm there to and just do what I like, because at
That's
the
like-
end of the day, this is one of my true loves. It's just cars. It doesn't even have to be drifting, just cars in general.
that's Koguchi right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing
Did
side
you see that
missions.
video of him lately? He just has a small garage. He's like, yeah, I just work on like 2 people's cars.
Side
Oh, yeah,
mission.
yeah.
Yeah.
Side missions.
Fuck, man, I had so many good things to say when you said that, but I feel like I forgot them all already. But
Nah,
have you watched Severance?
What
on
is
Apple
that?
TV? I haven't watched it yet, but the gist of it is that it's like near future society where you have this option to be severanced. So essentially, your work consciousness doesn't know anything about your personal life consciousness, and vice versa. So like when you walk into work, you just shut off, and like the next thing your personal consciousness sees is you walking out of work.
Okay.
What the
Before you go any
hell?
further,
That's trippy as fuck.
That's
Yeah.
how I view having a job versus owning a business.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly how I acted when I had a job. I would go in, do my shit, and the second I left, I don't give a fuck about anything that was going on.
That's how college was for me.
Like, oh,
Same,
there's
dude. Same.
there's a fucking car. This customer's got. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, it's 6. I'm gone. Thank God Malcolm's not like that. But that's how I was. So, when I'm and I would say the same thing. Like Chris would be stressing out over a car. I just want to get this out because I was thinking about it, and he'd be like, oh, this fucking thing, and like, and he would be getting really stressed out to the point where he's like physically angry.
yeah.
And throwing his tools. And I'm like, Chris, is that your car? He's like, no. I'm like, is this your business? He's like, no. I'm like, why do you fucking care so much?
Well,
No, straight up though.
I'm
I
gonna
was like,
tell you what.
calm down, and relax. And you know what? Don't even touch that car anymore. Go home and come back tomorrow and look at it again. Because guess who has to deal with that customer? Me, not you.
That's true.
And be happy for that.
Yeah.
And that's same thing with you though. Like when you have problems at work and shit, obviously there's some problems that are going to directly relate to you.
Yeah.
But as long as you're doing a good job at work, most of the problems, like that's your boss's problem, dude. That's not your problem. Like when something's not working right and he didn't finish the car by a certain time, as long as he was actually working on it, that's my problem. I got to deal with the customer.
Wouldn't you say though that's like that's like a type of devotion that some people they're just characterized to be that way.
And it's good that he's like that.
Yeah.
But there needs to be a line.
Yeah.
'Cause
And
he can't be taking that shit. Like, dude, I would never take that shit home
that's
with me.
something that this company that I just kind of been working at recently is like they, for the first time, like this job, they're more concerned about like work-life balance. That's why I can get here to do this podcast on Tuesdays. Or some days I want to work from home or something because my dog's not feeling well. Like they're more concerned about that kind of thing, something that I'm kind of grateful for where I'm at right now. Yeah. And that's what makes me want to work harder is I'm like, okay, they kind of show me respect in that way. There's days where I forgot I might have called out to go do something car related. I was like, you know what? I kind of want to go drifting.
And it also depends on your boss, I guess.
That too. So like,
but like that's the mechanic mindset that I was saying before. Like that's a dealership mindset because like you hear other like they'll be working on cars, can't figure it out. You'll hear the master tech like, well, like 6 o'clock comes around, he's packed up. Where you going, man? The car's not. It's 6 o'clock. I'm leaving. He's like, but you didn't figure it out. He's like, it's not my car. So why is he gonna go home and take all that stress?
That's true,
with him,
and
what I mean?
that's like an important part of life that I feel like I disregarded to think about out of college. Out of college, like my mentality was always like, okay, what's next? Got to work, right? That's part of it. You get your degree, you use the degree, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I failed to realize that like there's more, like that part outside of work.
Well, that's everyone.
That's that part that I feel like no one, at least I wasn't focused on. Like I was like, oh, I've got to keep thinking about work.
Well, that's the American spirit.
Yeah. It's you're kind of taught that way to like toss yourself to the side. Yeah. Worry about that part of you when you're like 65.
Yeah.
Which is not good.
Yeah. That's like
how
we're kind of taught to be.
Work hard when you're young,
that.
so when you're old, brittle, and tired, can't even open your eyes, you can relax.
Yeah.
What?
Unless you didn't pay off your student loans.
Yeah.
Then we're going to dock that from your Social Security. Like, what?
No, but you know, like that was that I don't know if I wouldn't know until I got into that.
I don't know. I tell all my friends like it sucks though because it's like I'm in a position where I can do whatever I want to do for the most part as far as going places and taking time off, which is why this exists because I wanted to do that. I would say that's the main reason why. I don't know if you're similar, like doing your own thing and like the freedom you have to like go do anything. That is the best part about owning a business by far.
We have a group of friends that we all go karting every Tuesday morning. It's just like
That sounds
who
sick.
the fuck do that?
Yeah, right.
On a Tuesday morning?
Yeah.
That place is probably dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They even let us in an hour before they open.
That's
But
sick.
yeah, that's what I mean. But like, so I'm the friend in the friend group that's like, all right, man, we're gonna take our motorcycles. We're gonna ride to Montana next summer. And like, what do you mean we're gonna? I'm like, just do it. And
I'm
they're
the
like,
friend
"I
that has
can't
to
do
call
that."
out,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, Frankie, I don't have enough PTO for this.
I'm
or
like, come on,
whatever."
man, it's just 2 weeks. And then they're like, that's not how it works. And I'm like,
I wish,
okay.
dude. I wish.
But then I try to tell them, like, even if it's a weekend or something,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, you need to do this. I have one friend in particular. I'm not going to name him. And he has come with me on some trips, but he just always, he wants to be home and this. And I'm like, bro, you're not always going to have these opportunities. Yeah. And one time he listened to me and we fucking went out and we fucking had a crazy trip. And I was like, thank fucking God he did that. Because like now at least I have that in my mind where I'm like, when he's on his deathbed and he's like, fuck, man, I didn't do everything I wanted to do. I'm like, yeah, but we went on that trip.
Dude, I went to Final Bout. Remember
Oh,
that
yeah.
trip?
Even-
We
yeah,
talk
shit
about
like
it all
that.
the time. I went with $140 in my pocket.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
We had to
That'll get
pay
you
for
far.
gas.
Yeah.
I lost my car.
You lost this car. Did you hear that story?
Wait. Don't just skip over that.
Yeah.
Fuck if you lose a
Oh,
car.
I had an RX 300. It gets
Had.
brought up. Yeah,
Had.
it was so. Come to IS owner to IS owner. It's
Yeah.
a puffy IS.
Uh-huh.
I thought it looked so cute together, like the IS and that. I was like, they both have
How
Altezza
did you
tails.
lose it? I'm so curious.
I'm driving. We got to
You
Final
lost it
Bout.
while you were driving?
Yep. It got
Misplaced it.
there. We were driving home. We had breakfast with Josh, Revgasm Josh. I got to see that car up close.
Such a good
man.
dude.
Like,
yeah.
and then we're driving. We're going a little fast. The RX seemed to not like that.
She
The
started.
trans-
We're in
she
like
started
Indiana
bucking.
now.
She started bucking
started
in
bucking.
Indiana. Like literally, I should have called the Wrangler. Like this thing was literally like. So I call Frankie.
We're like, oh, maybe the train just needs to cool
calls
down.
Chris calls me. Yeah, this car's not doing too good. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, this trans ain't gonna make it. I'm like, what do you mean it's not gonna make it? We're in Indiana.
Like, and then
He's like-
part of me thought that it would. Like I pulled over.
I know they were like, we're gonna let it cool down.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I pulled
We're in
over.
Indiana.
Pulled over at a random toll booth, and then we were trying to go. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, time to go. Vroom. Didn't go. I'm like, yo, it's not going. 2L, drive, doing anything. The
You just
trans
ended up
just,
just dumping the car.
trans just died for the first time ever. I don't know if you have experience doing this. I had to leave a car, and wasn't sure how to do this, so I called a junkyard, and they said they had a guy out there in like 15 minutes. Frankie was
Yep.
already ready to call it a night.
This was a big bonding experience for me and all of them.
Yeah.
I will say that first
Yeah.
of all, especially Malcolm, because me and him had to drive looking for a U-Haul trailer for because I was gonna tow it back because I didn't have a car.
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna tow it back, but then I was like, Carl's got bad luck, and my transmission is not blown up yet.
And you had
Yeah.
a full bed in the
and a
back.
full
full
bed
bed of
and a
shit.
full
Full
cab
load.
of people.
Full cab of people and a
So-
fucking RX
And an RX.
on a
So,
U-Haul trailer.
I'm not that close with you at this point, and I was not going to have that be one of our first interactions. Is where I
His car blows up and then it blows
indefinitely
mine.
cause your car to die, and then we can't go home.
So anyway, we scrapped that piece of
We
shit.
scrapped it. I called the junkyard. They gave me $300. I went home with $300 because I spent the $140 already.
Positive.
Yeah, net $160.
You got paid for going on this trip.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, no, that was an experience that I would never trade for the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was
and,
fun.
and I made a great friend out of it. And
Who was that? The tow truck driver?
yeah, his name was Jim. No.
And we all packed into the Silverado, so it was fully
Yep.
packed.
Then we had 12 hours left. Frankie booked it
He
all the
made it
way
8.
to New Jersey in one shot, going at
Unbelievable.
99 miles an hour.
Scary as
96 is when the speed limiter cuts in.
Yep.
fuck. Unbelievable.
That's-
Governor.
The governor. That's when Carl be like, "What's going on with the car?" And then he looked over at the speedo and it's just fucking bouncing off the governor.
and then it turns off, and then it turns back on. I'm like,
It's really scary when it hits it. It's like, and it cuts all the power.
Oh, it's like a fuel cut.
Yeah, it's some crazy
Yeah.
shit. I'm like, it feels like you broke everything when it hits. I'm like, fuck.
Scared as shit. But yeah.
Anyway, we made it.
Yeah, we made it.
Moral of the story: it's fun doing stuff out on a whim
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
while you're young,
100%.
especially.
Yeah.
We have the chat open here, and my roommate Tyler just commented Betty because literally
That was the name
that
of
was
the
the name of the car. It
Betty?
was just so old and wrinkly. Like the interior was just so like plush from so many people sitting in it that it, like, you know,
It had a really cool option sticker on the back.
Frankie.
window.
Damn.
That's the only reason I was trying to get this car back. I was like, you can't
You could've
scrap
just
this.
pulled the
Thing.
fucking sticker.
It looks so good. It like you know how the glass is like weirdly tinted,
Yeah.
Mirror tint.
mirror tint, and like that option sticker was perfect. I was like,
I have no
I have a
credit
photo
in
of it.
doing that. It was the previous owner's name was Tom Chooch. He has a JZX. Maybe he stop by or get some work done or something.
that'd be nice.
But yeah, no, he put that on there.
Yeah.
I think it was a real.
Oh, I know.
option
I know who
sticker.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
He had a Honda, didn't he?
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
have a Honda. Now he has the JZX. But we have a question in here in the chat. Did you ever go to any drift events in California? Like, did you drive personally at them?
I haven't driven at any drift events.
Do you have
but,
intention to?
I do at some point. It's somewhere on the to-do list, but right now,
Yeah, I think you have
everything
more.
error related.
Yeah, you have
kinda
more
like it's-
priority.
Yeah, but I definitely I've been meaning to get like another IS out there to just have like the same
Yeah.
car on
Oh.
both coasts.
Dude,
I love
IS
the
prices
idea.
over there are kind of crazy.
Yeah. I intend to buy it on the East Coast.
They're probably
and
much
bring it
cleaner.
over.
No,
Yeah.
no, sometimes not even.
Not
The
really.
rust
No?
though.
No, it
The
just.
rust situation.
I don't know.
I don't
but
care
they're-
enough about rust.
Yeah, like
my car looks like I found it in Titanic.
Yeah, I'm a rust guy, man. If it's got no rust, I will drive to the end of the earth.
fortunately
that
enough,
thing.
mine has like in the middle of the rocker,
Mhm.
mine has a hole right there. But everywhere else, nothing.
Nice.
And I can say that because I, bad luck, Carl. I've taken that thing apart like a gajillion times.
Yeah, dude.
But no,
Bad luck isn't real. It's just
that's
luck.
true.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's just
Okay.
luck.
No.
Bad luck isn't real. It's all perspective.
it is.
Okay.
Sometimes it could be
Life
a
is
sign.
10% what happens and 90% how you perceive it.
I like that.
So
I like that
Wait,
too.
what was the percentages again?
it's 10% what happens and 90% how you perceive it.
With Carl, it's 90% of what happens and 10% of how he perceives it. And the 10% is great.
Sometimes I just
He's
let
very
shit rock,
positive.
though.
Yeah.
But that 90%, dude, I don't know how the fuck this shit be happening to you all the time. But
I know.
okay, but I will say, I haven't after that final bout experience, I have not seen any more bad luck.
Stop. You better not.
I swear to God, I don't even think I've seen.
You better not.
Any
My car
bad
literally
luck
is not
after that.
going into gear right now. But
But how long has it been?
the thing is yeah, I changed my perspective because the car went down, right? I'm like, I'm gonna fix it. It'll get fixed. And if it doesn't get fixed, then I'm gonna keep trying to get it fixed. Because what am I gonna do? Sell it, and then I have nothing again because I sold the car.
See, he's not selling cars anymore.
It-
He's
it-
a
it's
changed
just-
man now.
It's just like
he used to sell cars left and right.
it's just like not. I just kind of learned. I don't know if that comes with growing up, but just like I'm just too tired.
You're just hanging out with me more.
I guess you do
Hanging out with
provide a
Frankie
good.
ages you.
Yeah, you do provide a good and also bad influence because sometimes parts where I'll go like, or routes where I'm like, you know what, I can just go and do my homework and maybe I can do something for less money.
Just bring it
Or-
up, Carl. The Vertex body kit.
Or
Just
Frankie,
bring it up.
I found a Vertex kit,
No, you found a replica.
a replica one for 700 beans. And Frankie was like, going down south real fast. I'm like, damn it.
No,
like-
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that if you want.
I mean, like, nah, I would like to have something
It's good
nice,
for
though.
you.
Yeah, for myself. I mean, I just want the car to like look better, like
No,
look like
yeah.
a drift car.
We'll make it happen. All right, back to Sebastian.
Wait,
Alright,
wait. There's a chat in that. There's a question in the chat that I want to
Alright.
address because before we go back to Sebastian, and maybe you might have input in this.
Mm.
If the RX would have never broken, would Malcolm, Carl, and Frankie still be friends? I don't know. And like, has that ever happened to you where like you could blame something on one moment,
Oh my god, yeah.
right? Like where, like how did you and Mike meet?
We were just trying to figure this out the other day.
I actually, yeah,
I
I'm interested
I
in
always
this.
ask this. Like,
I don't remember exactly how we met, but it was definitely through Anthony.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But we don't remember exactly when.
Do you guys see like eye to eye? Like, cause I feel like that's why me and Frankie.
Dude, those guys are linked to the brain.
It's pretty wild.
To an
Like,
extent, like me and Frank. Remember the other day?
Me and Carl are not, for the record. I don't know
Stop.
what kind of drugs he's smoking right
Stop. We are. You just don't know it as much.
now. Okay, not like him and Mike.
Yeah.
I seen it in action.
That's scary.
we just think the same, and we have like the same.
Vision. I guess.
Yeah. Vision
That's
and
kind of like me and
perspective on things.
Chris.
Yeah, that's
honestly.
true.
Because fucking Malcolm's probably seen it. Chris will come in here and be like, "Yeah," so I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I'm gonna order one."
He'd be like, wait, how'd you know what I was talking about?
No, and then he'll just leave. And then Malcolm's like, "What?"
Maybe me and Malcolm are more similar because we do vibe
Yeah.
when it's just us. I feel.
Yeah.
But that happens because me and Chris see each other every single day for the last 2 years.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but
So.
that was like I feel like when you guys started doing collaborations with things and with work and shit like that, I was like, next level,
Yeah,
like whoop,
yeah.
and then it just kept going and up and up and up and up. So like that's a friendship.
They
that I-
work together, so
Yeah,
that-
the other day I directed a commercial for a wheel company, and
See, so
and
you
he
do that
shot
shit
it,
too.
and like it came out exactly how I like
Damn.
wrote it. Like I didn't have to like.
So
tell
you
him shit
direct shit too.
every now and again.
So you do a lot. You do a lot of different jobs.
I tried.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I'm not
It's
too
like-
familiar with all these technical. I try to be up to date on videography and stuff, and like the terms and everything in filming. But like when I hear Mike or you will put a post up, LP director. I'm like trying to decipher what all these mean. I'm like, I got like 4 of them. That's pretty good. But like, I still don't know all of them.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a whole team of people to make things happen. So
And it's like
everyone
way
has to
more
be-
than you would like a normal person would think. Because there's like a lighting guy. There's like
there's like one main lighting person depending on the size of the job. He has like 4 people to 6 people under him.
the one that really shocked me was when Mike told me about. I remember it was me and Mike. I went to his house. I don't know what we were doing. We're probably talking about some faction movie. And he just puts on like Scream 2 or some shit. He's like, I love this one. I'm like, me too. me and Mike just watching Scream 2. He's like, okay, now watch this scene. And he's telling me what's going on behind the camera as it's going on. That's one of my most memorable watching anything experiences of my life. He probably doesn't even know that. But he's telling me like, and what I was getting to was the person that, I don't know if it's like, I think they control something on the camera that either has something to do with lighting or the way it's tracking or something. It's like the job sounds so simple, but it's like mandatory.
Is
And
it the one that pulls the focus?
Yes,
Oh yeah, first
that
they
was
see.
it,
Yeah,
dude.
that's.
I don't know what the
crucial.
fuck you guys are talking about.
If you're like tracking someone, like
So
you're
like
tracking,
in
yeah, you
in
explain
a
it.
film production, you know, there's the trickle down of but in camera department, there's a DP. That's Mike. It's the person that makes the decisions behind every camera movement and how scenes are lit. And then there's first assistant camera, which is the person that builds out the camera, and then also while things are being filmed, they're controlling the focus. They're watching a monitor and they have a wheel that keeps everything in focus. So without that person, you're just shooting, you know.
Because it's not like an autofocus or something.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
So,
Like-
so one person's manning the camera, the other one's keeping the subject in focus.
They're just watching a screen.
Yeah, or whatever is meant to be in focus for
Yeah,
that
yeah.
scene.
Damn, I'm never gonna look at videos the same anymore.
That's what I'm saying. And
Holy shit!
and then he would dude, and then he broke down the lighting, and I was like, holy shit. And seeing you weren't there when we did the third Christmas.
No, I wish I was.
I wish you were too,
Yeah.
but
I
when
love that video so much.
it was
I literally watch it during the holidays.
it was Mike and Anthony. They came to film this video, right? And the fucking only thing I really remember clearly.
Are you gonna bring up the
the
fireplace? thing?
fireplace, dude?
Oh my god.
They filmed this fire. They're like, oh, like I had a vision in my head. I was like, all right, the camera comes in here, and then there's the fire. Like you see the fire, like making. You've seen it, so you know.
yeah.
Dude, when they broke that down, and like you got Anthony on the floor with the fucking light and like a piece of paper, and I'm like, how is this gonna look like? And then you watch it, mind blown. But yeah, Mike would tell me about the lighting. That's just that one Scream scene with Sarah Michelle Gellar in it when she's the best scene in the movie when he's like coming into the college dorm or whatever, and she's looking around and she's going through different rooms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's like explaining where the light is and why it's there and like how her face looks and like what kind of emotion they're trying to get you. I was like, dude, I already respected movies, but after that, I was like, I'm so like that was one of those moments where I was like, can I just ditch what I'm doing right now and go into a completely different field, or is it too late?
I don't. That is. I have a respect for you and what you do, Sebastian, for like a multitude of reasons. One, because you're my friend, and I get hyped every time I see you do stuff. Same
Yeah.
with Mike and actually anybody else.
That whole crew. I
I'm
put them
just
in
like,
the same
"Woo!"
crew.
But
Yeah.
like, that's. I just have I have no I'm curious to see what you guys are gonna do in the future. I'm sure you're gonna find something else. I feel like that's just built ingrained in how you're
Dude.
functioning.
Yeah. I'm curious as well, dude. I'm
Yeah,
just,
like,
I'm open to like because everything right now has just been a natural progression, and I'm just kind of like adapting to what naturally happens as opposed to like trying to force things.
Yeah,
because there's no need to force things.
whilst still drifting. And you guys have a team as
Yeah,
well.
let's talk more about that.
Yeah, I had a
before we get
question
out here.
about that too.
Yeah.
I have it right here. So you guys have a drift team. It's called Auto Real Dream.
Yeah.
I think it's right here.
Yeah.
There's a sticker
Oh,
of
yeah, there's
Sebastian like,
definitely
sleeping in
stickers.
the car.
Yeah.
But
That's the best sticker.
I love that sticker so much.
but like, are you guys trying to drive more together? It's you, David.
Yeah, it's me, David, Diego, Nico, and Juan, who we added this year. We were driving a lot last year, and then Diego got rid of his IS, Nico got rid of his 8.6, but then they both recently acquired JZXs.
Yeah, like I was like, oh, okay.
So they both have them? I thought it was
Nico
just...
bought a Cresta 100.
Oh, shit.
And it comes in December.
Oh, okay. That's why
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, and then Diego got the 100 Chaser. He's been
Well, that's
working.
kind of a good line. The only odd one out now is Dave, I guess.
Yeah, because everyone's like Toyota sedans now.
Yeah.
Well, and then Juan, who I don't think you guys know.
I don't know.
He has an S chassis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that
Variety.
yeah,
Yeah.
that adds some variety.
That's like the opposite of what we're trying to do.
We have a lot of S chassis.
And then me and Miyagi.
Yeah, yeah. We're trying to bring BM Speedstars over and convert them.
Sick.
I just
Yeah.
want to drive with Frankie. Like, I want to drive more. I feel like that's something I've been trying to do. I've been just trying to
Having the
drive
team dynamic helps you drive more because like
Yeah.
you have like that like structured schedule almost.
Yeah.
And you're just like, well, everyone's driving, so I'm driving.
And you got like
I'm everyone.
I don't know who the team leader is in your group, but you always got that one person that's going to be like, okay, we all need to go to this event. Like, this is what
Yeah.
we want to do. Like,
That's clearly Chris.
no, Chris is like the one. Do we have to go?
No, but no, I really that is you, and I'll give you credit for that, for always pushing us.
Oh yeah, yeah. And like Josh, I feel like it's probably you too. Is it not?
I
Is
would
it you
say
and Dave?
It's more Diego for the most part.
Really?
Yeah. Except at one point he was the one who was just like, guys, I'm just gonna stop drifting.
Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah.
I mean, you know, it's financially tasking for sure.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and he's just like, I need to focus on like life. But then he focused on life, and he's like, what is life without drifting?
I
It's
can
like
totally relate.
Once it's introduced into your life, you're just like, shit. All right, I gotta make this work.
It's everything that I like about cars in one thing. You
Literally
drive
same.
a car recklessly.
Yeah.
It makes no sense on paper
Yeah.
to drive around a racetrack like that. It's absolutely the most inefficient way to get around a racetrack.
Yeah.
It's so
But you
good.
love it anyway because it's the style, everything, like the environment, like it's like the friends that you have there. Like it's like the most fun thing for me.
It's
Yeah.
mostly the friends thing, though.
I think the friend thing's really. I think that's like the icing on the cake. But I mean,
Yeah.
you guys know for a good amount of everything I do, and like drifting is my favorite thing.
I like that you
in the
still
universe.
you still have that.
There's
Like
n-
you never forget about it.
Nah, it's unforgettable.
Yeah,
It's
like,
just
you'll
Yeah.
post all of this stuff, and you could be like with a Lambo like the day before, and then I'll see like a video of you drifting, and I'm like, yes.
with a
Still-
Lambo. I can't wait to get home to my IS.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Literally.
exactly what it is.
literally, dude.
I
yeah.
can't wait to get home to my oil leaks.
So
Yeah.
how was like the team started? Like how did you guys like all get together? You're like, all right, we're gonna do this.
So me and Diego were driving together, for like 2 years.
Okay.
Very like just we had like a team dynamic, I guess, between me and him because we had same cars, we're best friends, and just driving.
That
All the
IS,
time.
That IS was sick.
Yeah, I wish he still had it.
That IS 300. Do you remember that car, Carl? Side note.
I remember seeing it at Formula Drift.
Okay. I'm glad you saw that car
Because it was it had like this. I'm a big detail guy. Like if you have something that you worked obviously hard on, I'm gonna see it.
Yeah.
And like he had tint on the window, but it was like
The
it was just
flame
partial.
cutout?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
flame cut out.
that was the
Um,
first car I judged at final bout, whatever the East one was, the last
Oh
East
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Or
Mhm.
not even the last East one. It might have been the one before that.
It was the one before that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, well, the bar is set pretty high. Because I was like taken back. I was like, I had no idea that car was like that good.
Yeah.
I really had no idea. So, but yeah, anyway. So you guys are drifting together.
Yeah, and then, but yeah. So once we were driving like a lot together, we were like looking at like what else we could do. Like final bout was always on like the to-do list, but you can't do final bout with two people. And then coincidentally, Diego met Nico at like a Pocono event, and he like, texted me about him. And he's like, "Yo, I met this guy. It's super cool. It's a blue Toyota, so it'll like mesh with the team." And then we all like drove an event. Then we were driving, and then I was already friends with David Bob, and so was Diego, and invited him to an event with us. And then we were like, all right, we got to do it with David Bob too.
See, that was cool because it was
And
like
it was just so natural.
Well, you
Everyone
had
fell in place.
the A86, and then you
Mhm.
had the new
Yeah.
A86,
Uh-huh.
and then you had the two ISs. And then my favorite was when you painted them both, two of them one color and two of them another color.
Yeah.
I really
Final
like
Bout. That was really cool.
That was some big brain shit. Because in my mind, I was like, I'd never want to see a full matching color team ever again, personally. So when I saw you do that, I was like, now that is an option.
Yeah, because we were like, all right, what are the two options for a team? Like all matching or everyone different colors? And then we were like, but what if?
No, it's a good idea.
And it worked out perfectly because like Diego and Nico's cars were already blue, and then all we had to do is make David's the same dark green as my car, and then we had a pretty cool looking team.
So take notes out there, people.
I love
There's
your
other
car,
ways to
dude.
do
I
it.
see it outside. Frankie,
I'm
that's
gonna
what
fully
I want.
refresh it this winter. It's
Ooh,
so
same,
overdue.
same.
It's so overdue.
But I wanted to say this before we get past it. So it seems like Final Bout brought groups of people together to form teams in a way, because you're like, I want to go to Final Bout. We already have these two cars, but like, let's see if we can. And I used to view that as kind of like a bad thing, not a bad thing, but like a whack thing in a way.
Yeah.
But after hearing you just say it, it kind of made me feel more positive about it. 'Cause
Yeah, and I know what you mean. We weren't at any point like forcing it. We were just being like, fuck, we got to put a team together. And like just pulling people. It kind of was like we wanted to put a team together, and then like, oh, we just met this person, and this is sick, and we vibe and we drive good, and then bring this other person along. And
I think it's
because
because you guys were a pair already, so it doesn't seem that bad. It's the people that come out of left field, and they're on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, anyone want to drive Final Bout with me? We need to get a team together. I'm like, okay, that's not.
And you got like one dude from like SoCal, one dude from Portland, and like one dude from Arizona that have never driven together.
I'm mad they even let people like that in personally, but like, because you want to have a team of friends.
I want to drive with Frankie so fucking bad. But then he sends me a video of something similar to his motor setup.
Like what?
And I replied back, I was like, how the fuck do you expect us to tandem with you when you have this spaceship?
Nah, it'll be all right. It's It's boost. You just turn it down. That's it. You're good.
I mean, I like, and the G is now that I kind of learned how to drive it a little bit. It's like not slow, but it's not fast.
But
like I can
IS?
keep the wheels spinning all the time, but it doesn't like
doesn't move
it
forward.
doesn't go faster forward in any way, shape, or form. Like you're just on it.
You're stuck.
Yeah, like
So sorry, I'm still thinking about this. So when was your team formed? I'm gonna ask you for a year again. So
a year.
Roughly.
18. It's been a few years.
18.
Because here's my
18 or
follow-up.
19.
Here's my follow-up question. You guys came in like second or something place in that event, right? In Final Bout.
Yeah.
What event was that again? Just so everyone knows.
East. Yeah, we got
Special Stage East,
Special
right?
Stage East. Yeah.
At Thompson.
Yeah, Thompson.
And you guys came in what? Third? Second?
Third.
Third.
Yeah.
Dude, first big event. You
Yeah.
guys went first competition event.
That makes me
ever, right?
shit my pants. I'd be so scared.
And I was judging. So I'm like, I'm watching them and Front Street's out there. Front Street's looking like a shit show. But but the thing was they scored like amazing on the car show part of it. Because Tom just finished his car. Like Josh's car was just
I forget
but you
that's
guys
part of it,
also
like-
scored really high on the car show.
Yeah.
My
So-
car looks so bad. I can't.
Yeah.
Forget that. That's
But
that's
dude,
enveloped.
I remember you guys winning. I mean, I was fighting for you guys because I was watching. Obviously, I was watching your driving a lot because, well, first of all, you guys did the most laps at every team there.
Toyota, baby.
I
Yeah,
remember,
we just kept going right back out. We're like, yo, no one else gonna drive.
dude. I remember I sent Dave a text. I was like, "Stop going out," because every lap was perfect, and I was
Yeah.
like, "They're gonna fuck up." I'm like, "Stop! You already did like 20 laps. Stop driving!" And they keep coming out, and they're just laying down consistent
That's
laps
sick.
over and over and over. And in my mind, I'm like, "How is this
That's
happening?"
nice.
In between runs, we would like drive to the back, like the skid pad area.
Yeah.
And we would like all just park up and get out of our cars and just start like high fiving and hugging and shit.
And then-
we're like, get back in the car. Let's go.
And
let's
then they
go."
would come out and switch the lineup up, and I'm like, "No!"
Yeah, we would literally be like, yo, you go in front now. Just like, we
They're
got way too hype. We
Yeah,
got way too hype.
They were treating this like it was a private day. Like, oh yeah, just go. Yeah, let's fuck around.
Open
yeah,
track.
just start switching up. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, you guys are gonna win this shit somehow. Stop driving so you don't spin out. But dude, it was perfect.
It was
And then
fun.
seeing you guys when they announced the winners, that shit. I think I shed a single tear.
I would fucking cry. Are you kidding me?
Dude,
We
I
couldn't
was like,
believe it.
that is some hype shit, right? Like they were stoked,
I
and
don't
I,
know
was
if I've got a
stoked for
trophy in
them.
my entire life. I would literally cry. Like,
Yeah, it
oh my
reminded me
gosh.
of Final Bout 2 with us, and when we got whatever the fuck, we don't even know what we got anymore. I think it was second or third, but there's a photo somewhere with them like lifting me up, and we were just so excited.
I'm going to search. For
Yeah,
this
you know, it's
photo.
funny. But yeah, man, that was cool. And that what I'm saying is like you guys drive really well together. So, and that was like one of your first competition events ever.
No motor problems. Toyota.
yeah,
That too.
that helped a lot, honestly.
Yeah.
Like having cars that we can just like do 20 laps together, like really helped build the team dynamic because like we didn't have like mechanical issues like holding us back. Like I know a lot of people are just like have been in a team for X amount of years, and it's like, yeah, we've only driven together like a handful of times.
Yeah, that's
Like gotten like 5 laps in the past 3 years. And, like Jesus.
yeah.
I don't know if you do this too.
That's called Faction Motorsports.
I don't know. I
He
was
said
gonna
it,
say
not
I've never driven with Frankie. I've only driven with Chris. I've
you driven
only
with Chris?
Driven with Chris.
Oh yeah, yeah. You've driven. Well, not like
Not like how I want to drive.
Carl and Chris are good.
Yeah.
they're
I
good.
watch how
I want to
he
see
drifts.
videos of you guys driving.
I
haven't
watched
seen.
Frankie drift, and I'm like, I think we would be a good match.
Yeah, I never
Like,
seen them drive together, but watching them individually, like Chris has already got that shit. He's done. Carl
great.
is just the power thing is your only limiting factor. I
it's
think
not
they
even-
drive really similar to each
Yeah.
other too. Yeah.
That's another thing with like you have a team with your boys, right? Versus like a bunch of random people.
Yes.
If
You guys grew up together in drifting.
I'm knocking on wood, but like I'd feel not in like more bad, but like if I hit you
Oh God.
and it's all in good
Don't
spirit.
put that
Like
in the ethos.
we were we were tandeming and I hit you.
What kind of hit?
Like I bump your door.
Okay.
It's like, yo, we did that.
Did it
Like,
look cool or not? Because you're kind of sounding like.
That sounded like you just like
Kinda-
beelined it for the door.
Yeah. Kind of sounded
Brakes
like.
locked up.
Sound like Tom for a minute there. What do you mean by like,
Kamikaze?
hitting me? Like,
I'll know at the end of the day you're still my friend. Like, you know.
it depends on how. If it looked cool, then we're good.
I'm gonna try to make it cool.
If you were straight and you just rammed in my door on the hairpin at E-Town,
Frankie.
I'm gonna be like, dude, what are you doing?
No,
Yeah.
but like
Has to be justifiable. For
there's
sure.
like a different energy there when it's your friends and like you're putting
Like
a
this
show
was
on
me.
with your friends.
This is what me and Justin. I'm gonna tell you this live on this podcast. This is how me and Justin would drift. We want to get as close as humanly possible to each other. If we touch cars, it's okay, but we would much rather not do that.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want.
That's the goal.
I don't want to touch your car.
But I'm saying it's not like these new kids these days where it's like,
Yo, we're banging doors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like fucking.
I don't want to do that.
Just,
Yeah.
just like laying the fucking bumper.
they all
into
think
the
they're
door.
Naoki and like they can just bang shit
Oh,
and
no.
get free
I-
bumpers from Origin.
I have a feeling like, and though we haven't driven together, right? Like, it's gonna take time. We're not just gonna go out there. I mean, on the rare occasion that we will or might like, and have it be perfect.
No, we're gonna drive totally fine, but
First
it's
time.
not gonna be good until
Right
you
off the rip.
until you get a turbo.
Mhm.
That's gonna be the limiting factor.
Are you? Do you see that in the future for you? Do you see yearning?
Yeah, I mean, I need to now since like
everyone
half
else,
the team has
your
one
whole
J's.
team has one
Oh,
JZ's.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
you,
Like,
you don't have a choice now.
I don't have a choice. Yeah,
fuck,
I kinda
you're in the
got
same boat.
bullied into this.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like taking the winter to refresh the car.
What
'cause,
route
like,
are you going
Well,
to take?
if you decide not to work on it, let me know. Maybe we'll work something out and we can do it.
Well, that you're gonna do it.
Okay, we're doing it either way.
I,
All right.
I live across the country right now.
What route are you gonna take? Do you know? You want to go 1J? You want to go new power plant or stick with the 2J?
Unfortunately, thanks to the good old community of TikTok and YouTube verse, 1Js are an astronomical price that makes no sense.
How much are they?
Wait. I've been finding them though.
Oh, he's got
For
a
how
spot.
much? Because they used to
For-
be like $900.
Yeah, not
They couldn't give
900.
them away.
Not
Oh my
not
God.
900, but sub 37, right around.
That's still ridiculous.
$900 is ridiculous.
there.
to
And
me.
SR and
That's
SR.
one
was
J's
like,
used to be 900 at
That's
Engine Depot. They couldn't even
crazy.
they couldn't give them away.
wait, for real? It was. I don't remember it being that.
No,
cheap.
you
I
know
thought
what it
was like
is? Because it's
1600.
not a 2J and because drifting wasn't big.
Exactly.
Well,
I think
that's
the
what it
1J
was.
sounds better than the 2J.
Yeah. I mean, it was before people knew how great of a motor it was.
Yeah.
And everyone just wanted, no, give me an Aristo swap. Give me an Aristo swap.
I need
Everyone's
that
like,
Supra
what the fuck
motor.
is a Mark II? So,
Give me that super motor.
yeah, exactly.
Don't you love when IS for sale posts say super engine?
I need
Yeah.
the one Brian Spillner used.
Wait, what was it? What's his name in
Brian Earl Spillner.
Brian Spillner?
You kind of look
Sounds like a
Brian.
serial killer.
Yeah, you kind of look like
Sounds
Brian
like a
Earl
serial
Spillner.
killer name. Is that what you are? One
Uh,
day we'll do a podcast on Fast and
Hopefully
Furious.
we can drive together.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, I'm gonna turbo that engine. Like, hopefully.
Hey man, non VVTI 2JZ GT.
Oh, you want to do that
2JZ
too, right?
GT pistons, yeah.
So
Non
is this the
VVTI
move?
pistons.
I mean, it's like the cost-effective / like gets the job done route.
and result will yield you
result.
the same. It will
Okay.
drift fine.
But
Yeah.
you know I'm a nerd. What
Yes.
engine comes in the car in Japan?
In Japan,
Yeah.
A beams.
beams or the 1G FE, like the base model.
The 1G is not
Is that a 600?
unbuildable.
It's like
but-
an economy engine.
But 6?
yeah.
I don't even know.
I think
Is
so.
it? I thought it was like a 4-cylinder.
I feel like it'd be a 4 if they're putting 4s in over there.
I don't know, but I guess like the sportier.
So it's the
one-
beams.
It's the beams, yeah.
Yeah,
But like you
the
can't really
Altezza.
do that because it only makes
I
200.
mean, you can, but it's like it's gonna make 180.
Bro, I would want that engine.
It sounds
but-
great. It sounds really good, and it's a 6-speed.
It is a J160 trans.
Like, could you make that work with like a SR with 300 horsepower? Could you make
What?
those tandems work?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'd be curious. I
All
wouldn't be put a beams in it.
Yeah.
Curious.
I
And
was
just,
gonna
like,
ask.
End up with this. Oh, you want me to be the?
Yeah, I wanted you to put a beams in it.
he wanted me to do the same thing too, but I said to him, and Ethan agreed with me. You're technically downgrading. the engine.
Yeah, whatever.
You're losing that torque. It is a pretty torquey.
No, I
Car.
think the beams is a little torquier.
Really,
I think I could be wrong.
With
I think
ITBs.
the punchiness of it is more there. It's more.
I want to
active.
drive one, man. I want to drive one before I make my decision on what
I
would
managed.
do.
Didn't we drive one? I didn't drive it.
Oh, you saw one?
There was our friend Damon. Do you know Damon?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Damon. Our
Yeah,
friend
an
Damon
Altezza.
had an Altezza.
I drove it actually too. Yeah.
How was that?
It's very comparable to the NA2J.
Okay.
You
so-
have to.
But
Drive
lighter.
it.
Lighter.
Yeah,
I
it's
hope.
a smaller engine.
It's probably a
also
That
fucking
thing sounded
iron block, knowing
crazy
Toyota.
at Redline. It would be so high. It'd be like.
No, dude. It probably redlines at like 10 grand for no reason.
Yeah.
I always wanted a turbo Jay-Z though. Like
yeah, no.
that's
It
always
makes
the sound. I hear Miyagi's car and I splooge every time.
It makes more sense. So
It sounds
I
so
guess
good.
I guess that's the route you got to go.
Non-VVTI
Unless people
pit
turbo
rods.
beams motors.
No,
No, it's like a high compression engine, so it's
Yeah.
just like it's either like ITB or like then do like a full bottom end build to turbo it,
Ooh,
and at that
that's
point,
kind of
it's
sick
like,
though.
at that point I would just try to find a
kinda
way to make
sick to just burn money for no reason.
I would-
I mean,
an option.
We are
a-
into drift cars, so
a
I guess.
rabbit hole I went down the other day. So my roommate, who actually he's outside, he's dropping his car off here. He has an MR2. MR2s in Japan came with the 3S GTE.
Mm-hmm.
The block is the exact same, and though it's mounted more at an angle, somebody in Europe had like a build thread on I think it was MyIS, which is a forum for
Oh, I know my IS.
yeah, I love my.is.
My.is.
My.is. And they put that engine in the car, but the thing is the exhaust side would be on what is the US DM driver side,
Mm.
and that exhaust setup, like the turbo and the manifold, the steering column goes right through all of that. And unfortunately, it makes it a pain in the ass to do. And that's the same reason why the Beams engine isn't a common swap in ISs. That collector of the header is right there at the steering column.
Oh, yeah.
So then I looked up. They have a conversion header made for 8.6s.
Yeah.
That's about $1,700.
Okay. So you're going to get a 1J.
I would like to get a 1J eventually. And
Look, it's only $3,700.
I'm gonna pass.
$3,700 on a NA2J, and you're making 600 horsepower.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Like
Okay.
you,
Well,
you can spend like 2,500 and be like on a moderate.
yeah, and a
Turbo
safe
setup.
turbo setup.
Yeah.
Tuned.
whatever.
Mm.
That's fine then. I mean, it's not the ideal engine. I would want a Beams. So if you're already swapping an engine that doesn't belong in the car, then you might as well just turbo
The
one that's already
1J
in
actually
there.
drops into the IS.
Yeah.
But like in my head, I'm like this.
But it's not like the stock.
Yeah,
engine,
it's not
or
the
It's a
stock
big
engine.
engine for the space. Like you ever
It's
look
about
at
the
it?
same size as 2J.
The Beams?
No, the I thought you were saying 1J.
No, yeah, no, but I mean the 2J in general is like a big engine for that bay. It's
Oh,
like
yeah,
right
yeah.
up against the fans are right there. Like
Yeah, it's literally rad support to firewall.
every time I took the engine out, I would just take the front end off and just slide the whole engine.
Mhm. Yeah,
It takes me about like an hour now.
Okay, so those are your future plans, both of you. Okay.
I guess, yeah. Who's gonna blow their
We
car
do a
up
package
first?
deal, doing both at the same time. here.
Ooh, chill. Frankie doesn't even want to touch the stuff that I work on
I
ever.
mean, if you're gonna write that check, you can bring it in here. But I know how you be. Yo, put these used tires on my car. Is that an IS thing? Because you be doing the same shit sometimes. I think that's an IS thing.
You
What?
get
Tires? Me?
right?
I
just
have a
see-
brand new set of full ways in the back of my car right
Okay,
now.
good.
I bought some tires from you, Frankie. Okay,
Yeah. All right, fair enough. Everyone's done with used tires.
we're trying to level up,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
if you get used tires again, it's not like the worst thing on the world. You're making it work.
Just immediately goes right.
You're
Just reverse
making it
back.
work. Somebody out there can relate to me.
No, yeah, that's different. But like you're leveling up, like you
I'm
said.
trying. Well, because in order for like you have experienced that level of driving. Unfortunately, I have not. That's something that I want to attain. And
You're
for me to
you're
be up
there, Carl.
No, but I want to. There's that next level, where we're tandeming, and then I feel more confident just being like, you know what, I'm gonna pitch it in here because
Okay.
you're gonna be over there.
Yeah, because your tires are new and you
because
know what
I
they
can
do.
rely on my tires because
Yeah.
they're consistent.
Yeah.
You don't know if they're just gonna DB when you enter or some shit.
Shit,
Um,
man.
All right, we got to kind of wrap this one up. I don't know what plans you have for tonight. I feel like we just like attacked you. Like, yeah, pull them in here and just grab them off the street. All right, sit down. You can't leave.
I mean, he
Yeah, you're
literally
good.
got off a plane.
yeah.
And,
So,
and came here. So
but this is a pretty long. How far are we in?
1:45, hour and 45,
Oh, okay. It's less than that. I thought we were over 2 hours. I was like, God damn.
almost.
I can't believe it's been an hour 45 minutes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
we talked about a lot though.
Yeah, we covered a lot of.
I
a
feel
lot
like
of
I wanted
stuff.
to ask you something so badly, and I forget. But
Oh, I just wanted to make sure that we covered the drift team and everything because I
Yeah.
know if it was just me and you, we'd still be talking about filming and stuff because
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm just here for a lesson.
Yeah.
Learn
Like,
something.
Yeah. But
I have a random question for you. What is the weirdest request you got for error picture cars?
Weirdest request. I guess most oddly specifically weird was I had to get like the fact that the director was like, I need a green 60s camper van with shag carpeting. And the fact that I found exactly
Oh,
that.
wow.
Like it took me a couple days of
that's
Just
crazy. That you're just searching.
I was gonna say, I
Yeah.
don't know if you want to get into that, but like, can you give us a rundown of how the fuck you would ever find that?
Like, are you on Instagram just all the
There's-
time?
No, I
Like-
mean the thing is that like Instagram can only do so much when these cars are sometimes owned by like
Older
retired
people, yeah.
like people that are not flexing their car collection on
Yeah.
IG.
yeah, that's cool. Like,
True.
It's a combination of a lot of things. At this point, we have a very very vast network of collectors that work with us and vendors, and sometimes it's reaching out to them, and sometimes it's trying to figure out like their Facebook groups that they maybe talk in and find them, or it's literally just like get the task and then be like, all right, what resources do I have that'll find me that.
You're using your connections.
Yeah, exactly.
Infiltrate the fucking Facebook groups. The Wrangler's
Yeah.
here, baby.
Yeah, and literally infiltrating the
Yeah.
funniest like fucking Facebook groups.
All the
Like,
old heads.
I'm part of like Facebook group for like hearse owners and like
Got a 99 Woodstock group.
like-
Looking for a shag van.
unwanted survivors, like Mad Max styled cars, like just
What?
apocalypse vehicles, like the dumbest shit. Like,
That's sick.
I've infiltrated all the groups in the world.
Well, if you ever need to wrangle in another IS 300, you know where to find me.
But yeah, no, it's just it's just a matter of just like looking for, even if we don't have the resources, like now you have to like make it. Now you have to like
now
now
you have
you
to
just have
find
to
it.
start cold calling people. Like the other day I had this one request that like in 24 hours I made over 100 phone calls to
Oof.
make this happen because we had to get 10 of the same car, and it was quite the task. But
10 of the same car.
yeah.
Oh, you were telling me about this.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So
Are we allowed to talk about the car or no?
no, not right now because
Okay.
it's still on like an NDA. But
Follow Sebastian. Make sure you follow him. You're gonna see that shit.
Crazy shit, dude. Just you're being resourceful with. I totally understand.
yeah, it's just
Like,
trying to like
working with what you got.
Yeah.
exactly working what you got and just
And when you see this car, you're gonna be like, "Oh, this guy knows what he's doing." Because finding 10 of these is not gonna be fun.
That sounds fucking.
We need to talk about that after. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's fucking wild.
I'm like still recovering from that job. That was a very very tasking.
But
job.
is it fun though? Still, like,
Yeah, no. I mean, like everything that comes our way, even if we like, it's almost exciting when we don't have a way of getting something because it's just like,
Yeah.
It's new.
We gotta open new doors.
Yeah.
It always leads to meeting new people.
and that's good for the future.
exactly like, yeah. At this point, every job leads to meeting more people.
You can kind of compare that to the automotive world where you're like, you get a car, you can't figure it out, you get a problem, you can't figure it out, and then you figure it out, and it's something that you never saw before, and you're like, and now you just know you have that in your back pocket.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, well, now I'm going to check that when this specific car comes in and it has this problem. But boy, does it suck while it's happening. Oh my God. That brings me back to that thing with Chris getting mad and stuff. When you can't figure something out on a car, oh my God.
No, it's
Woosah.
It's
the reason why I'm always so glad I could bring my car here.
Oh yeah, thanks. But like,
It's crazy because this is a resource that like really doesn't exist in many places in the country.
yeah, which is, I've heard that from other people too. Like, what's his face, Mike from Chicago area. He's like, you guys got a cool drift shop, man. That's really like he just likes that it's a drift shop, and I'm like, yeah, technically it is, I guess, a drift shop, but we do work on other stuff. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's your specialty, and it's just like most people that drift everywhere else in the country, they don't have like a place that they can rely on like that.
yeah, which is I mean, it's definitely helpful. But then part of me is like, you should be working on your own cars anyway. But
I fucking hate you so much.
like that's the friend in
I
me.
can't. I live across the country.
Yeah.
I have a good excuse.
That's the friend in me telling someone like I want you to work on it yourself. But the
Yeah.
business owner in me is like, no, bring me everything. You guys,
Yeah,
don't,
yeah.
you guys don't know what you're doing. Just bring the car here. We'll figure it out.
I view it as like I want you to work on my car because I like the way that you work, and that's
No, that's good, and I appreciate that. But what I'm really saying is, I want you to be able to know how to work on your car.
Mhm.
That's what I
Mhm.
mean.
yeah.
Yeah. That way, when it breaks at the track, you're like, oh, I know what to do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then-
my ball joint just popped out.
Yeah. I just gotta
Sorry, IS
IS.
jokes.
move it back up.
IS jokes.
Like, dude, those videos. Oh my god.
It's my worst fear, dude. Tell me you hit a bad pothole sometimes, and you're like,
I just change my lower ball joints once a year.
me too.
Oh
I just
my God,
did
yeah,
mine.
you told me about that.
Yeah.
I just did mine. Remember?
After seeing that video where the wheel comes off in the mirror and they hit the Ganador and the Ganador
Oh my god,
flies
that's
off.
so.
That's
I
the
was
video.
like-
Is it the red car?
I'm like, this is a thing
Oh,
that
Florida.
happens.
Yeah.
Did you see that video, Malcolm?
I saw a screenshot of it.
He's just drifting and it's like, boom.
It just looked like the car explodes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the wheel's bouncing in the fender gets totaled, then the wheel comes out and it hits the mirror, the Ganador goes flying. I'm
I'm
like,
so scared.
that was a $4,000 accident.
I hope I never experienced that. And that's because I serviced my. Remember that when I
Service
switched
your
to the
vehicle at
angle
Faction Motorsports.
kit?
Yep.
Whenever I switched to the angle kit, a few
Yeah.
weeks before that, I was tandeming with my friend, and I like bumped his door, and the wheel moved a little bit, and I was like,
But
oh,
what actually is happening? Like, why is that a problem?
it's all the
It's,
suspension is just
yeah.
resting on it.
Yeah, it's like a Toyota engineering flaw. They also.
they
I
also
think
didn't think that
The
people would be
Sequoia
doing
had
this.
the same
the
problem.
Sequoia. Yeah, I was about to say.
Ironically enough, I own two of the vehicles at the same time. At the same fucking time.
You're just
There's no
See,
such thing as
there's-
bad luck.
There's no such thing as bad luck. You're just playing with your luck at that
Those
point.
are bad
Yeah.
decisions.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, there's I know for
Your-
the Sequoia they
Your
did
luck
like
will run out.
they did a revision
Uh-huh.
of the design, right? They put like a little cup around it, a little guard. Apparently made it better.
So is all Toyota stuff like a double wishbone in the front? I guess.
for the most
Yeah.
part. Yeah.
Miyagi's car is an exception, I think.
No, it's. Well,
It's running a
you're right. It is an exception.
because you guys did.
No, we used
No,
the.
it's
McPherson.
lower to yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a 240, honestly, the front end of that car. The only difference is the knuckle has the same setup as yours.
And that's what I don't understand.
Hmm.
Because you have a camber plate on the top of there, right?
Yeah. You can convert all that to S13 relatively easily, but
I
we just didn't do it.
Don't.
On his car?
Miyagi's, you could.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to take a look at that just because, like,
Justin did when he had the Cressida. It was all S13 suspension in the front. The control arm, literally, an S13 control arm, bolts into the subframe on that car. I'm
Whoa.
99% sure. And then the tension rod, you got to drill like 2 holes in it, and it'll bolt into there. So like you can use almost the same thing.
Who at Toyota was talking?
yeah.
to
Wait a minute
somebody
here.
over
I
at
didn't know
Nissan?
any of this.
It's very
information
close,
prior
yeah.
to here.
Yeah, and to be
Oh.
honest, you can even put an SR in that
I've seen that
car pretty
Yeah,
easily.
yeah.
too.
I wanted to put an SR in the IS.
You ever seen that old blue one from Japan that had like an elixir kit that had an SR in it?
That was an SR car.
Yeah.
I
don't know
seen the
much
blue one with the elixir kit. That it's almost
Yeah, the
it's-
elixir demo car.
Every time you type in elixir, yeah.
Yeah.
That was an SR car.
Yeah.
We should have made Miyagi get an SR.
Fuck you.
That'd have been
We'll do an
sick.
SR in my car.
He would never do it, but if
I'd love to do that.
he hates Nissan more than anyone I know.
Really?
I don't know why. He's like, I will never, ever own an S chassis. I was like,
And
okay,
that's
so
why-
and that's why you suck at drifting. No,
Yeah.
just
Like,
kidding.
RX-8 set him back so much.
That RX-8 sent him,
Dude, that
set him back like 8 years.
Literally.
I'm gonna look into
fighting
that,
a car for that long.
Now he's kind of getting it, but
Yeah, because he has a driftable car.
yeah.
Yeah.
But now he's got like the RX-8 habit, so he's going into every turn at like 90 miles an hour. And I'm in the passenger seat, like, dude, stop, please slow down. Do you know where the brake pedal is? He's like, you have to use that. I'm like, yeah, dude. If you're gonna be launching this thing into another dimension, you got to use the brake pedal.
I had the opposite problem when I started out. I feel like I was just going up to the corner and I'd be like,
then you just kick it.
"Eh."
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Miyagi's got no fear, and it's bad. Like, I'm scared when I'm in that thing,
Dude.
but
Well,
he's
do
getting
you-
it.
Does Auto Real Dream have intentions of driving Final Bout?
At Wisconsin, I guess.
Are you gonna try to get
I
into
mean,
special
we did drive.
stage and-
We
Oh,
drove
you did,
Wisconsin.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
that's-
okay. Where was I?
No, I mean
Not
like next
drifting.
year.
I'm judging.
Yeah, I mean, if everything
Not bad.
permits, we definitely
Oh.
just want to spend the off season dialing the cars in is like our next big thing, and then seeing like what we can do. With
Well,
that.
you got some things to overcome because now you all got to drive again together, different
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah, like we're about to do a couple events while
Oh yeah.
my car's still NA, so like,
You'll
let's
be
do-
fine.
You
I mean,
seem,
yeah,
you
yeah,
seem
yeah.
a little upset about it.
huh?
You seem a little upset about it.
I really wish I could have just like taken the time to assess my whole engine situation this year since like the car sat for so long, but I just had all
Yeah,
the
but now
air
you-
stuff going on.
Now
so.
you got winter, which is better.
yeah,
and you look good driving. Like when you see your car moving around, I feel like you wouldn't.
Well, you're gonna. This weekend is gonna be.
yeah. we'll see.
RSD's a fun layout now. They
Yeah,
I think
the
they
drift lot.
split the 2 lots, so now it's like you
I
have
heard-
like a fun big entry and
Yeah.
then a lot of switchbacks.
And then does it still have like the section that like you cross to the other lot?
No,
Oh,
it's a hope. And this isn't. Don't take this with a grain of salt, but like, I'm pretty sure they split the lot. They got rid of that little alley in the middle.
yeah, a lot of people are
and-
crashing on that.
I almost hit that like the first time I went through it. I was like going in the S13, and then I guess I transitioned too early, and I was like, oh, and then the curb is literally like a foot and a half tall.
God.
yeah,
But
it feels
now,
good to thread that though.
Yeah. now it's like only that second side, and you just go straight down into the wall and big entry, and then you do the rest of it.
Oh,
So-
nice.
So I think you guys will have fun.
That should be
Like
fun.
I said, like we said earlier, Daryl's gonna be there, so
I am
I'm sure he
interested
will.
to see. I'm gonna be following this event because I want to see. I want
We
to
can
see
just-
you guys with.
we can just go
That's
and go-
that's wild.
and go watch.
That's wild. But
Says the person who was advocating for spontaneous adventure.
We could just go, dude.
oh
Where is it?
Pocono.
Pocono.
Oh.
Or
Just 2
Frankie.
hours away.
Not that bad.
Or you help me out on Friday. We put my car together and then we drive. I wouldn't be opposed to driving that event. Just saying.
Oh, I'll just steal Miyagi's Cressida.
Sounds about right.
I
They
mean,
made it more.
Oh, you know what?
technical.
That would be sick because I would love to see you drive the Cressida with Diego's JZX.
Miyagi, are you in the chat?
No, he's
He ain't.
His ears are ringing. He's like, why do I feel like my car's in danger right now?
He would probably tell me to take it, but I don't know.
I can't. People still think that you
It
own
sounds
that
like a
thing.
great idea.
I
You
don't
should-
like taking
Oh,
his car
great idea.
because I'm like, I mean, the last event, I was fucking entering at the grid,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, this isn't my car.
That sounds like a you problem.
I know, but I
Exert
can't.
some
contain
control.
yourself.
I can't get in there and just be like, I'm just gonna baby it. Like I don't know how someone could do that in a drift car. Like
You
we're
just
just gonna
can't.
baby it.
Yeah.
Like it's
Wanna go all out.
That reminds me of like when you're about to go out for the first laps. Like, all right, we're gonna take it easy on these first
Yes.
ones, and then you're
That's-
just like
dude,
in each other's shit.
I think we've had this conversation here. I don't know if we had it on air, but that's always how it is. Like,
Yeah.
yo, it's my first lap out. I just changed all this, so be careful. And you're like, yeah. And then within the first turn, you're on the door.
you're pushing.
Yeah.
The-
Like
that
every
happened
time.
at No Fear Moves for me. Like I think the guy's name was Reese.
Reese Marin?
No, at E Town.
Yeah, it was Reese Marin. Yeah.
At handling grid.
Yes,
What the
probably.
fuck? I didn't know this whole time. I was just saying
Yeah, he
hi
was
to him,
there, he
talking
was
to him.
there.
He was giving
Yeah.
me advice. I was like, yo, I'm gonna take a sight lap. I go up to the first corner. I'm like, fuck the sight lap. I'm like, woo!
Well, you can slowly drift around it and still get the idea of where the
Yeah.
turns
I had
are,
a
you know?
gist of what the track. I feel like
yeah.
if you have the rhythm of the track, like you're gonna just follow it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the flow.
As long, I mean, that's a parking lot, so you can see everything. If you're doing like elevation changes and shit like that, like no, I need to drive through that.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
example,
U.S. Air.
or US Air or E Town, full course, last turn on back course over the hill.
Oh yeah, I did that like not earlier this year.
Yeah.
for the first time.
That's one of the spots where you're like, I hope I'm gonna be on the track when I come over
yeah,
this
yeah.
hill.
When you go over, you're just like, where am I gonna end up?
Yeah. And it throws you off a little bit because
Yeah.
and mentally you're like,
Every time I was like, I ended up somewhere different.
yeah.
The IS is so heavy, you gonna stay on the ground.
I remember I got into Mike, young Dave's brother, his Z, and he's like, yeah, go drive it. I'm like, okay. I'm driving around. I get to that turn and I'm like doing it, and I'm like, first of all, I'm like, damn, the stock Z is sick. And I like, made it all around this corner. Like I'm going all the way up the hill. I'm about to transition, and then I'm like, I don't know where the track is. Like I don't remember. I'm like, I know it's a left turn, but I don't know where it is. And I'm just getting to the top, and I'm like, I let off because I'm like, this is not my car.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go. Let's go to the questions before we get out of here because I know I have a couple in here.
We gonna speed around these.
I can't, dude.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I want to drive
Short
with
answers.
you so badly, Seb. Like,
No, we'll make it happen for
yeah,
sure.
two JZGEs just are gonna be buzzing. It has this. It has this sound. Do you experience this as well? When that shit goes high into revs, it doesn't get any different in sound. It's just
Same tone.
louder.
It's
Yeah.
because it's a straight six.
Yeah, it's just the volume knob.
Straight sixes are so smooth, man. It's crazy. The way they sound is weird. Like I when I drove a R34 GTR and I was higher in the I couldn't even really realize I was high in the RPMs. I'd look down and be like, oh fuck, it's at like 4,000, and
Yeah.
it feels like it's low.
The same thing with Mike's 32 GTR. I was just driving it the other day.
Yeah,
And it's like
that
the
RB26
same,
is
the
just
whole range.
smooth. Connor Croak asks, did he drink enough water today? It's empty, so
Two of these.
okay.
Not
That's
bad,
that
not bad.
airport water. That shit's probably $8 right there.
Okay,
I
definitely.
spent $20 on water today.
Oh my god.
For the sake of hydration.
Yeah.
I
But thank you
never
for asking,
know.
Connor.
I never know how to say this dude's name, and he designed stuff for us, so I apologize. You could probably read it.
Oh, it's like the CV.
Yeah.
Just say, say the letters.
Or is that a cult? He can read it. I'm telling you. Watch. Seb's got this.
He might be saying Colt.
Right? I think it
Yeah.
was Colt too.
Yeah.
Colt J something.
Colt JSTC. He asks, do you sometimes miss the white stage of the Lexus?
Yeah, me and Diego were just, and like the rest of the Real Dream chat, were just talking about this. the
Dude,
other
I
day.
had a picture of it saved.
Someone sent a photo of it in the chat, and they were like, "Dan said this is when your car looked the best."
I missed the
Like,
silver
thanks.
stage, but that was the other car, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Silver looked good. I missed the white a lot. in
Yeah.
photos, but when I remember when I had it, I just hated seeing all the cracks because half the car is fiberglass.
Yeah.
So
Let me,
like you see
let me-
And you
every
had, like,
imperfection.
Was it like pink vinyl on there too?
At
I
one
loved
point,
it.
yeah, at one point I had like just like a pink logo lineup.
And you had faction on there. That was amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
There's
I
still
remember
faction
that.
on the
I
car.
loved that.
Oh
Hold
shit,
on,
it's still on there? Damn, man.
There's the picture.
Seb's the real homie.
Woo. Yeah, that was a cool little era.
That's what I want my car to look like currently.
Don't me and you have a photo at this stage down at H2O? Or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah.
And we're doing like a burnout or something?
I love that.
Oh,
That
fine.
Oh
Right.
no, that's when the car was silver.
Dude,
Oh, it was when the car
that
was
is
on?
Yeah.
exactly how
Or when I had the silver
want
one.
my car.
Oh.
I want my car to
Damn,
look
that was a
like
long
that
time
so
ago. It doesn't
bad.
That was a really long time ago.
Dude, it doesn't even feel that long
Yeah.
ago.
That was like 2016.
Yeah, 16 or 17. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it was 16.
What we got, Frankie? Why don't you?
I'll get you a photo right now. Hold on.
Dude, I want my car to look like that, dude. That's like the 6th time I said it just
It's
now.
awesome.
That looks so good.
The good thing is that the example's there, so you can just follow it.
Well, like that's like the style that I like. It's like a street car,
Yeah,
not like a full on.
I never wanted the car to look like an all out track car.
I do want a I don't know if you've seen AJ's wing.
yeah.
I do want something similar to
aluminum
that
wing,
because
yeah.
like an ode to the Sea West one.
Yeah, I've been looking at like neat wing options because when I do the refresh, I want to do something, but I don't want to do like a aluminum drag wing or something.
Yeah,
that's
it's there's not a lot of the TRD wing is an option. There's not a lot of really options for that car, which is weird.
if I could get a Sea West wing, I would.
Yeah, I
But
slept on one.
Good looks to find one.
Yeah.
Well, seems like I can't find this photo. I know Miyagi just sent me that photo because his RX-8 was in it too.
Yeah.
We all decided.
I remember his car was like crab walking out of the
out of
the burnout,
yeah,
yeah.
out of the burnout pit. But I have another photo of me, you, and Koziel at the shop. This is one of those photos. This is like peak COVID.
Oh yeah.
But I remember there were some things going on there. There were some video ideas.
Why
going on
did
right
I?
there.
Why do I
Yeah.
feel like I was here for that?
I don't remember who. I mean, we were working on your car, obviously, because
Yeah.
your car's there. But
Look at Frankie's cocking his hips.
look at me next to the trash bag. That's the best part of the photo. Just us with a bag of garbage. All right. What else is here? So the white stage is dearly missed.
But I don't think I'll ever go back to it.
It looks so aggressive right now. I love the way that this is right now.
I don't know. That silver was pretty good. Anyway, world's best filmer asks. That's pretty cocky, but ask him if he has a favorite IS build, any period. I don't know if he's talking about your car or any. I want to know if you have any generally, like your favorite IS build that was ever done in the world.
It's tough to think of a favorite one. I will say like the one that most made me lean towards that chassis in the first place, and I think for a lot of people who would drift ISs right now in the U.S., AJ,
Oh,
from Chicago.
yeah.
That
Risky Devil.
Risky Devil, yeah.
The red car?
Yeah.
that is what got me there.
That's a pretty clean car, right?
Yeah, it's. I mean, the current stage that's in is really clean. It definitely had rougher stages, but it was always like a full street car. He always drove the piss out of it.
17s.
Yeah,
17s.
That's he's on 17s now. Yeah, but he at one point he had like gangster ass like 19s on it. And
That's
everything. But yeah, he drove NA2J for fucking like 6-8 years, something ridiculous like that. Like he's 1J now, but that was always it was full interior. Full style always, and he drove really well. So, yeah, tough to think of like my favorite one. There's
there
so
any,
many
like-
cool ISs, but I think he was like the example that I wanted. That was like that's what I want. Out
I
of
mean,
a drift car.
I feel like everything he does is pretty good. I've seen other cars that he owns.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw there's one recently that I think I sent it to you, but his name on Instagram, I don't know this guy personally, but his name on Instagram is Skinny D. This thing looks beautiful. man.
Yeah, Daniel. His last name is Koziel, actually.
Oh wow.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
he's
Skinny
Midwest.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
the gray one.
It's a silver, gray,
silver,
gray,
yeah.
silver, whatever. It has like the same sort of street style livery.
Yeah.
Vertex kit, TEs,
It's good.
double stagger.
That Vertex
18.
kit is good. Like it
I'm gonna
really.
Tell
pull
me
it up.
about it, Frankie.
It's a really good car.
That's a beautiful car.
Send it to my Facebook, and I'll send it to Malcolm to put up.
You got any more questions in there?
No, not anymore. Well, there's one question from Charlie, our customer. He goes, "Is Sebastian Mexican? Because he's Mexican too." So that's probably why he's wondering.
I'm Colombian actually.
He is Colombian, for the record.
Get your facts straight.
Just there actually.
I think is Nico over there right now?
Nico's there. Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to him
Oh
earlier.
yeah. Do you visit there often?
Yeah. I try to go like 2 to 3 times a year.
So you have family there, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's my homeland, so I try to go as much as possible.
I respect it.
Did you grow up there?
No, I mean I grew up here, and I would spend my
Summers?
my summers there.
Okay.
I'm sorry for not looking at you well. I'm just
Oh, I
sending
don't
you-
mind.
No,
sending
yeah.
you this
That's what
photo.
we've been
I just
doing
feel
this
like
whole time.
I just feel like it's really rude. Not saying I don't feel like you guys are rude. I just feel
I'll
like
be like this. Yeah. So just looking completely the other way. No, yeah,
I just
that's,
sent you the photos.
you have to do that while you're trying to do these because I'm trying to make sure everyone's getting these photos. Damn, this car's nice.
Yeah, and it's fast. It's like 500 to the wheels.
I feel like maybe I've seen this before. Malcolm's putting it up on the screen right now for everyone. Oh yeah, I've seen this car before. I mean, that's what I would do.
Yeah, it's like
It's a
low.
silver car, gray car.
Yeah. It's
Same
It's
type of
almost
vinyl.
faction gray.
Yeah, like same type of vinyl I would probably do. It's got
That
white
thing
wheels.
is beautiful. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
Man, if you're listening,
And what's his name?
I love your car.
Daniel,
Skinny D.
Skinny D. Check him out.
Power FC.
Oh, of course, Power
Yeah.
FC. Which I heard they got rid of them for 1Js.
Yeah,
They discontinued them. Something like that.
hate to see it.
He has
Well-
a 1J in there, I think. And he's the reason why I looked into that. Remember that one day I came in here, Frankie, and I was like, "Yo, they make a Power FC for the 1J." That was because I saw it on his dashboard.
Yeah, I mean, Miyagi has one. Like we bought it brand new, but I don't
Nice.
know.
532 to the wheels.
Jeez.
Okay, that's a bit
That is a
much.
beautiful
On a
car.
Mustang dyno.
I would love
So 700.
that car.
Yeah.
That is sick.
But he's at that height. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, and
That's
he's
that
like way
car-
lower than me.
way
like,
low.
way lower.
And
That car.
Frankie hates seeing my car
Is
at
there
this
no
height.
side skirt on there, or there is?
oh yeah, it's no side skirt.
Okay, I almost had a. I almost
Almost
had
had
to
a
take
heart
back.
attack?
I almost had to take back everything I said.
No, but
No,
I'm
no,
saying
yeah.
my car is
That's
at that
yeah,
height,
dude.
and
That
Frankie
thing's
thinks
sick.
it looks kind of awkward, and I feel like with Arrow it would look
Calm down, Carl.
It would look
Yeah,
great.
No, you're right.
good. With
You're right.
Arrow, it would look
You
amazing.
do need a body kit. Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Okay, on that note, I have no more questions for you, Seb. You've answered everything. Well, actually, I have a closing question for you.
Ooh.
What's 9 times 10? Like some sort of math problem.
Yeah, no.
Use that PEMDAS.
All right, here it goes. Carl loves my final questions.
Oh yeah, they are. They
We'll
have
see
been
if-
good.
We'll see if this one works for him. What keeps the fire burning inside of you? What keeps inspiring you to wake up in the morning and create art?
Yet another good one, Frankie.
That is a very good question. There's no like single thing, I guess, that does that for me. I guess everything is just a feeling, and I just like how I feel when I direct my attention towards things that like I enjoy seeing in the world. So it's very fulfilling to wake up and like the decisions you make put out in the world, things that your visual language. I've never been good with words, but I'm very good at like knowing how I want things to look
Yeah.
and being able to like
Express
even if it's
yourself and like do that.
yeah, even if it's just placing a vehicle in the background of something or directing a whole piece, it's like I get to put something out there, and like I don't even care to like post about any of this stuff or like put it out there or like anything. Like how you said, you didn't know I direct stuff because it's just like I just cared like that I know for myself that
yeah.
I'm doing things that I like.
Is it
And
like
I think it's just a feeling. I love how that feels. It feels very like purposeful.
Now, are you feeling that while you're doing it, or are you feeling that after you see the finished result?
A little bit of both. Like in the
Okay.
moment, I like definitely. I always try to. I wasn't at one point in my life. I wasn't like present, and I was like only enjoying things in hindsight. But I've found that to be very like,
I think I'm in that right now.
yeah, it's tough.
It's bad.
It's
It
tough.
is.
You really have to like be like critical on yourself in the moment, and in the moment you have so many other things going on that are kind of like distracting, and but it's kind of like about like breaking away
Yeah.
for a second, pausing, breathing, like
Being present in the
acknowledging,
moment.
yeah,
is
like,
something I have a
acknowledging
problem
that
with.
you're there,
Yeah.
and then keep it going. But most of the time, yeah, I guess I get to fully appreciate things in the clear 2020 of hindsight for sure.
Like seeing something that you've done or something like how it came out. Like that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because you get to like analyze all the pieces that made it.
Yeah.
You know, since in the moment you're there and you're part of making it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've learned that the journey is way cooler than the destination.
Yeah.
It's just like
for sure.
That's why when people are just like, "What are your goals and how fast are you trying to get there?" I'm like, "Yo, I honestly,
Fuck the goals.
I'd be fine with
Is
like
there-
reaching my goals at the last day of my life because
Yeah.
like the journey has been so fucking fun that like I want to just stay in the journey forever."
I feel that.
'Cause,
Like-
is there ever really a goal, like a destination? Is like, because once you get closer, it's just gonna keep going like this. You're not gonna really ever reach it.
Yeah, I mean
It's
like
just gonna get bigger and bigger. More,
the way I look at it is just like if this was all like a track, it's just like the fun part is like when you're in it and then you got like but there's a finish line. And it's like, do you
Yeah,
really want to
yeah.
get there? And if you do get to the finish line, it's like fucking line,
I mean,
get back in
that's-
grid.
yeah.
That's retirement. That's like, oh, we made it. It's like, but you're 70.
That's Florida.
That's dude. That's Florida and a beach, and that's it. That's the rest of your life. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. You gotta enjoy the ride. I say enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Like,
For
That's pretty much how I view it. Like
that's the best way to put it.
I don't have, and me personally, I don't even have a finish line. I feel like I'm just like going through the motions, and I'm like, okay, cooler things are happening. That's good.
Yeah.
And you just have new ideas, and you just like this podcast. And now we're doing this, and we're like, oh, well, this is fun.
Yeah.
Like
It connects. Honestly, this. I didn't think that we would be here.
it was Carl's idea, and he every week he's like, you bought mics, you bought new stands, you bought.
And then Frankie tells us like, "Yo, people are actually listening to this," and I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
What?
Carl's like, damn, I didn't know this was gonna happen.
I thought
It's
it,
almost like when Plankton almost gets the Krabby Patty. And they ask him, it's like, what were you gonna do next? He's like, I didn't think I'd get this far.
Yeah. All right. Well, tell everyone your Instagram information just so people have it. What's your at?
I hate to
I'm sorry, you got to
have
do
to
it.
like do that.
Plug it.
That's fine. We'll plug it for you.
Yeah.
Carl, go find it.
what?
I need
What
all
if it's
this
something
stuff.
that he doesn't want to do?
No,
You
man.
never fucking. Oh my god. This
No.
fucking guy.
He's plugged. We're plugging this guy because he's not saying it out of the kindness of his heart. All right, S Rodriguez 92 on Instagram. Go follow him. Don't send him annoying messages. Just go follow him. And then check out all of his stuff. You'll find everything through there. So if you guys, if anyone listening is someone who has a project that they need a car for or something like that, hit this boy up, man. He's got cars on cars, and if he doesn't have them, he'll find them for you.
Wrangler.
He's the Wrangler.
Yes,
But
sir.
no, I wish you the best. I'm always happy for your successes.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
You guys have always been such a positive foundation of friends here and always cheer me on every step of the way. It always feels good every time I come back here.
I appreciate that. I'm glad. I feel
I'm
the same
new
way.
here. I just
Yeah, so that's it. What do we have going on, Malcolm? Anything?
Spooky
No.
kooky.
We've been boring for the last 2 weeks straight.
Yeah,
That's
I
because
feel like
drift
we
events
needed
are-
we needed a. I don't know,
You-
but it's.
Do you think we needed
purposeful.
this? Is this what
Yeah.
we needed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inspiring words from Sebastian.
Yeah.
Gets the juices flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we needed a little mental break, like creatively, I think.
Yeah, Malcolm's been slacking.
Okay, let's go on.
Thank you guys so
Just
much for
fucking
listening.
rips the mics
If you've
out.
enjoyed
Yeah.
this, make sure you like the.
Wait, we got some stuff though. Spooky
what?
Kooky.
Yeah,
T-shirt.
pre-order for the Spooky Kooky is still live on the website. If you still want to reserve your Spooky Kooky, go ahead and order that. Made to order.
Long sleeve tee with Type X on it.
Yep, with Mike Myers with a knife.
Yep.
sleeve graphic. First shirt with a sleeve graphic.
Yeah, true.
I thought you said slave. I was like, yo.
Yeah.
And we're canceled.
Yeah, we got a Django tee coming in.
Jesus.
Yep, that escalated.
Saved it till the last minute.
Yeah.
What else we got? We do have 2 Thrash Racing seats left, which is
Yep.
funny because I was like, let's do a pre-order, see if anyone buys them. All of them sold except 2
Yeah,
within a week or less.
it's really good.
And then these 2 have been, no one's been buying them.
Sounds
so
like
Yeah.
I
time
don't know
for
what's
a
going on.
raffle.
We got 1 red Circuit Spec Omega left and 1 pink Love.
Let us know if you'd like to see that in a raffle, maybe.
And give us some video ideas, please, because we're obviously we missed this week for videos. Well, we'll have one tomorrow, but
It's getting cold too.
we missed Monday,
Very
so
true.
we need video ideas. Send them out here. Anything you guys want to know, or like anything tips we could give you guys, or any questions, that would be helpful. As always, send us your requests for guests. I'm making a list of them. We have a lot of people. I added one during this podcast, so it's growing every day. So East Coast people would be better. And
We have the best of both worlds, though, right here.
I know. Well, this is the thing. I want to. Yeah, let us know how you feel about us bringing people on that don't necessarily only drift, because that's what I
Yeah.
was hoping to do with
Yeah.
this. So, and we
It was
ended up
a-
talking about drifting a lot, but
Yeah.
whatever. All right, whatever. That's it. I guess we're done. Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
Thanks,
everybody.
guys.
Please leave a review. I have seen you guys leaving reviews. I really appreciate it.
Wait, actually?
Yes, it jumped on Spotify. It jumped from 4 reviews last time I checked to 25.
Yes, sir.
Whoa.
Hype.
Love to see it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys for having me again. Appreciate it.
No
Thank
problem,
you.
man.
Thank
You'll be
you for
back.
coming.
You'll be back.